Okay, hopefully that works. I had to adjust some things today. Welcome if you guys are tuning in. Alright, hello. Gonna adjust this up. I moved my setup, so I might sound a little bit different, so we'll see. I'm just tweeting everything out. We'll get started here in a minute. How's everyone doing? Yeah, and then DM looks good as well. So we'll see with that. Yeah, it's really beat down play as well, and I like the long term thesis. I have one play that I'm following this morning. It's EAR. EAR's down about 50%, or 60%. And I know it's off of like some stupid news supposedly. So I wanna pull up this. We're working on another bear flag right here. So I'd wanna let's see. I know some people are all over this, so this is gonna be on top of watch, and then I'm gonna pull up a graph of SPY. SPY. So you filled that gap all the way back up. Okay. Don't have any plays at open. I do want to see what EAR does. CEI. Everyone I go, that's all I see. Okay. CEI looks fine. I think it's up today, right? What is it? Damn, hit $1.66 pre-market. Yeah, looks fine. Like I said, we've just been consolidating, so waiting for those moving averages to catch up, so I don't see anything wrong with that. Super oversold on this name right here. We'll be curious what happens. Was gonna take some of EAR before open, but didn't do that. Yeah, DATS chat looks okay. Like I said, it was up 10% yesterday, so I'm up a lot of money on DATS. I told you I'm swinging to probably 20, so just curious to see what happens on EAR. It could be another really big flush at open. We'll see. SPY's up 0.5%. Okay. I'm actually gonna be looking for a flush in SPY this morning. I think SPY's gonna flush out. Damn. Yeah, that's brutal for EAR. We'll have to see what we finish up at. Morning, James. Yeah, this would be catching a falling knife right here. We want to see some clear reversal before we end up trying to even play EAR. Yeah, EAR's interesting. Like I said, I'm gonna be waiting for that's my play that I want to play, but we'll have to see. If you guys got any other tickers, let me know. Want to see what. Yeah, like I said, I'd like to play EAR. I think it's on like some really like something stupid, so that's why it's down so much. So again, I'd like to see a clear reversal before we get in, but definitely could be a top watch today. Damn, it's taken after hours though, or pre-market, flushing out once again. That $8 probably key to add at. should be some short-term resistance for sure. We might not see it reverse until end of the day, so yeah, we'll have to keep that on watch as well. POW, I always see POW trending off of just like nothing. Okay, a nice hammer on EAR, but I'm still gonna wait for that. We still have a lot of room to move up, so I'm gonna wait for that. The bigger move down. If you guys, I know James. If you guys, my favorite long-term stock is absolutely killing it. APPS was up like, wow, look at that candle. That's absolutely insane. My long-term favorite stock APPS was up about 10% yesterday. We're really, like I said, we're breaking out of the support. That was such a good candle. That was crazy. We went. What was that order? It must have been a huge like buy or something. There's no way. That's what I saw. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, we went. God, that was an ugly. That was a weird candle. Yeah, I'm so glad that APPS is reversing. I've been waiting for it to reverse for quite a while now. It's finally showing some strength. Let me turn this up a bit. I think that should be pretty good. Okay. Damn, yeah, EAR's still dropping. On this 5 minute, we do have a little bit of ways to go down. So, yeah, interesting. Yeah, APPS, yeah, that's like pretty crazy how much. Yeah, that 10% day was huge yesterday. I mean, there's, like I said, it's supposed to be a $200 stock. So if you haven't good average on APPS, like even if you buy it right now, I mean, it's a forever hold. You won't be. Yeah, APPS is definitely my favorite. So, damn, EARS is going crazy. I was curious to see that in such a big flush this morning. I know there's some names all over it, like some big names like Zach Morris type names and whoever got flushed out. That bull trap from the 8 to 850 was nasty too. But we'll have to see if we can. I know there's not probably any good place to buy where it's down so much. There's not a lot of support, so. Let's see if there's any other. Yeah, SPY. Like I said, I think SPY's going to flush out this morning. We'll see. Let's look at our MRM. MRM's up 120%. Okay. MRM. If you guys got any other names, let me know. Jeez, this thing halted right off. What's the news on this? Does anyone know the news? Must be like cancer or something of that significance if we're gonna be up this. That's crazy. We'd be chasing APPS at this point. No. Can you look at MRM just halted up? Yeah, that's funny. I just started looking at that. No. APPS is a long-term hold, so just buy some shares, and then if it dips, buy some more. Just look at this. I'm not gonna go too much over APPS, but just if you're ever concerned with APPS, just go to its revenue. You go to APPS stock. We did have even a dip this morning, but here we go. We're growing over 200% a year, so we're about 180%, beating all of our quarters, tons of cash on hand. So yeah, it's a great stock overall. Yeah, we did halt up. I don't know what the news was. I can look though. Damn, and we we gapped up as well. So this 19.8 range is gonna be. Let me see. This 19.8 range is gonna be a huge pivot to decide if this is gonna go up or down. That all-time high. Be a really big pivot. Yeah, EAR just keeps dropping. That's crazy. would expect to see a bounce somewhere in here soon. Not like a full-time bounce, but a little bounce up, maybe to like 8. But overall, the trend I think is still going to be down, but I wouldn't be surprised if it bounced up to like 8 right now. Yeah, tons of volume on MRM as well. Want to see what the unhalt. It should be unhalting here in about 3 minutes. So, yeah, could be a crazy runner today. It looks insane. You never off of open. You really don't tend to see too many halts up, especially on a stock that's up that much. So, definitely some crazy news here, and people are still think that they want to get in. So, crazy. If you guys got any other questions, let me know. Yeah, I'm still looking for an entry on EAR, but I think we're gonna still have to. There's gonna be a bounce somewhere today, a 20 to 30% bounce, if not more. We just gotta make sure we find when the trend reverses, and then we'll be buyers. It's hard to find the bottom on this. You want to make sure it makes. I'll show you guys if it happens. But these are my favorite type of plays. These like stocks that are down 60 to 90% in a day. Playing that upside back up on the bounces, where that's my favorite strat. That's where I make a lot of my money. So we'll be keeping that on watch. Where do you think any is heading to? Dude, I haven't even looked at any in a long time. We can check though. I mean, I don't know. We're just bouncing up in this zone, so I mean, if you're an any holder, you have to really hold this 575 level. I don't know. I think it's just gonna consolidate in these ranges. So I don't really think there's. I don't know. I don't really like the technicals on it too much. Is there any hope? So yeah. Should I enter MRM? Probably not. Well, I'd probably say no, not at these levels. I mean, you can try to if you risk off a little bit, but we're still going to be really, really overextended. So I think we're going to see some red here. CEI can run hard whenever. Like I said, it's like you guys got to. Everyone who keeps asking me, people like we went 30 cents to $1.80, like almost $2 pretty quick. Like all these moving averages really have to pick up. So a moving average, all those have to pick up. There's lots of things, and if we look, I mean, I still don't see. I kind of see like this forming, so I see a possible flag forming, something like that. So overall, the thesis is the same for. Still looks fine. Yeah. When you want to look at Adder, we can look at Adder. Adder looks okay. It's got to make sure we hold this support line. So, if you're gonna buy, just make sure we. Let's actually look. I don't know. I really think it's gotta. It honestly has to reclaim this 15 level again before I would buy some. Doesn't look terrible though. Jeez, EAR is getting absolutely torched. Not even a relief buy yet. People want out of it. Yeah, that's a lot of selling pressure. Cool. All right. Yeah, this is interesting as well. I have to pull up some RSI to really look, but okay. Let's take a look. Go to RSI. We'll see what's going on with this. Still pretty overbought, but crazy name with a lot of volume. Looks like we possibly could hit 52-week highs. Like I said, that 52-week highs is a big pivot point for a lot of stocks. So basically nothing changed on your CI opinion. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, moving average, I mean, it can make a big move. It just, I think it's fine. I mean, I definitely don't want it to break, like, if it broke like $1.40, I'd probably exit. Broke $1.40, like, and didn't like recover pretty quick, I would probably be where I'd cut it. I didn't chase on CEI though, so I have a good average, so I'm not really too worried about just like the stocks intraday moves. If you got a bad price, then that's probably what the problem is. So yeah, I guess that has to do a little bit with it. Geez, EAR is just I thought we haven't bought in, but I thought there could probably be a relief. Yeah, and then MRM looks decent too. That night, I think that 20 levels its all-time high, so it's gonna be huge. That level for it to break, and EAR might be halted down. I'm not sure. Nope, it's not. So yeah, usually with these plays that are down, usually we start to see them curl up at about like 12 o'clock. It has to sit there and take a like I said, if you bought, there's no reason that this thing can't go back down to $4 though. I mean, we're already down 68%. So I mean, if it wanted to go down to $4, it could pretty easily. So we'll sit here on the sidelines and watch for now. If you guys got any other names you want me to look at, but yeah, again, APPS, my favorite stock. That I was so happy with it. That it was up 10% yesterday. I think it'll be back up to 100 in no time, and then once we're backed up to 100, it should see 150 pretty quick. Especially on earnings, APPS always does so good on earnings. It always jumps on earnings. It's beaten earnings the last like 8 quarters. So, yeah, interested to see. Also, I mean, obviously, the earnings, you want to make sure that they're still keeping up with their numbers, but I don't think that's a problem for stock of that quality. Yeah. Even analysts raise their targets really, really high every quarter, and they still beat them. So that's interesting as well. Falling knife though, for sure. All right. I mean, I don't hodl any stock. If it starts to go bad, I'll drop it. Geez, SPY is going crazy. Wow, okay. Wow. Hit that 200 EMA perfectly and bounced right off of it. Crazy. Maybe we'll pull up IEA on this, or not, sorry, not IEA, but CEI. Zoom out, look at this. Yeah, overall chart looks fine as well. Give me 1 second, guys. All right. So basically, I don't know. Sorry, excuse me. Did see kind of a big bounce back on here, but still I think we haven't found the bottom yet. You guys got any other tickers you want me to look at, put up here, just let me know. We can do that. So I need some blue light. Rearranged my room yesterday, so it's a lot easier to do this. Yeah, DATS looks DATS for another swing also looks good too, and I know that yeah, I'm swinging DATS, so SPY's up a whole %. That's crazy. What a big V shape. A lot of stocks haven't caught up, like Tesla still only up 1% today. So, like I'm saying, there's still a lot of, I don't know. BBIG is down at $6. Yeah, I said, like I've been saying for the last week, BBIG's been pretty bearish. Let's take a look at APPS. Damn, we had a really, really big jump. But yeah, APPS looks good. Hopefully we could have another solid day. Love to see another follow-through day. That would be exciting. All right. POW, is that the ammo company? We'll take a look though. All right, POW. The only way I'd buy is if it reclaimed its 200-day moving average. So if it can break above the 675 level, and I tried to this morning, but if it broke its 200-day EMA, I would be interested in buying. But till then, it looks like pretty bearish. It's a higher low. Sorry, a lower low, a lower low. I want to see it break that 200 EMA before I'd buy into it. Yeah, another perfect bull flag setting up on EAR. You also, like, even though I am bearish on EAR for the short term, and I'm still looking for a long position, you still would never want to short something like this. This thing can halt up pretty quick, and once you get halted up, sometimes you can get stuck as a short. So shorting stuff at this level, even though it's ideal, you know, that's really probably where it's going to go. It's almost like going long on a stock that's up like a few thousand %. But shorting is a little bit dangerous. Just have to make sure your position size is low and all that crap. TMC is another one that I've been bearish on for a week, down another 15% today. We're going to look at TMC here in a second, though. I do think we are down quite a bit. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some kind of bounce here. Pretty bearish, though, for the most part, but I think that TMC could see something. Let me know what you guys want to see. BB is trending as well. BlackBerry. Interesting. We'll have to look at that. Then NVAX. But yeah, we're going to take a look at TMC because I think it was at like $40 or like $20 or something like that. And we're down to $4. So, put an 80% drop pretty quick. You take a look at PAVM. Yeah, we can look at PAVM. We'll do that first. I think I've probably looked at this. All right, PAVM. Oh, geez, we gapped up. So really, really strong trading channel. I would, when I look, I may need to draw this line better, but it seems to me like if we're just trading in these channels, we're kind of almost at the topper. So I'd wait, you know, if I was along about the stock to buy somewhere in these kind of high 8s, low 9 range. Let's see what I want to see what it is a super, super healthy chart, so I'm interested in seeing. So market cap's only 700 million. Let's see what they're, yeah, not sure what they do, but I don't see any revenue, and cash on hand is almost negative. So they're going to have to do another, offering. So yeah, I mean, the chart looks good, but those financials are not good. If that makes sense. You know, usually with a stock like this, if we see no earnings, they're gonna have to do an offering. I mean, they're negative cash. They're in a debt right now. I mean, they're not in a debt because they could do an offering, but they used $40 million of cash in a quarter, and they're $700 million. So they're gonna have to dilute at least another $100 million. So yeah, that's what scares me about companies like that show no revenue, that are down on cash. Like we're gonna have to they're gonna have to screw holders some point or another. So yeah, I mean, and then I mean I didn't even look into the company, so maybe you're bullish for a different reason. I mean, there's got to be a reason why this graph is in such a nice uptrend since $1.60 to 10. Um, that's what my thoughts would be. Usually, yeah, usually you want to see a stock that shows at least some type of revenue. I know that's why I'm not bullish on a lot of these EV names, because they just don't have any revenue. And for me, if for a longer term hold, like if I'm gonna, because I love holding growth stocks, I want to make sure that those are quality. So the only thing I'm worrying about is when they're gonna dip, so I can buy more. That's like another like. Be so confident in your stocks that you're not wondering when they're gonna go up. You're just curious when they're gonna go down, so you can buy more. That's the only stocks I buy. Thanks for everyone being here. 33 viewers. I really, really appreciate it. If you guys need if you guys have any tickers at all, let me know. We'll go over those. In the meantime, I'm just checking my phone real quick. But yeah, looking to get in a position in EAR sometime. I'm not sure when, because I mean this thing could still, like I said, drop down to $4. But I still think we're gonna see a reversal somewhere in the day. Sometimes we don't, but that'll be on top watch. And then we're going to take a look here at TMC here in a second. I remember people have been asking me if I've been bullish on TMC, and I've been saying bearish for the last week. And it went $20 to $5. So we're going to take a look at that. And that ticker is TMC. So let's take a look right now. Because, I mean, there's something with the company like having a lot of cash on hand or something people are talking about. But, yeah, it went 15 to 5, and I wonder why. There should be no reason it's 5. I don't know why it broke the SPAC floor unless it had an offering. But there's no... We do have a gap up. Excuse me. We have a gap up at 643. But I still... If you're looking to get into a position, it's still got to curl up a little bit for me. Working on another bear flag. But yeah, not the best buy. You can't really buy in right now, but it could be another play for sure. Hello, Gnarls. But... a lot of plays shaping up for us. Yeah, SPY looks good as well. I wonder if... when it usually goes up this morning, I think there's going to be a lot of shorts that step in right here. A lot of their big names aren't even up with SPY. It's weird. I don't know why SPY's up 1%, but I don't really see money. Big tech stocks up 1%. So, very interesting dynamic sometimes with SPY. But I would assume that people are... since we did fill that gap up this morning... I wouldn't be. Thanks for all the subs coming in too. I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see some a little bit of selling volume, maybe some shorts pick up on the name. That's what I would say. And then Adder, someone asked about me this morning. It's definitely invalidated. I think we go down once again. I know we will. So Adder, I'd stay out of that, for sure. If you guys got any questions, if you're just tuning in here, welcome. If you guys got any questions, anything, we'll go ahead and answer that. Right now, like, yeah, you're still in this nasty downtrend. I don't see... it's crazy with SPY being up so much. We really don't see a lot of stocks that are up. Like it. Like Tesla's only up 0.5%. So yeah, that's very interesting as well. Feels like the market's heavy right now, even though SPY is up. Yeah, a lot of these big cap stocks are almost red with SPY up 1%, which, should never be the case. So I'm wondering if there's still, if that gap to fill just got filled. Let's see. Your top picks for new positions. You have to clarify. So actually, I'll just tell you my top positions. My top positions right now is CEI, but I don't recommend buying if you don't have a good average. Or actually, right now would probably be a good place to buy it. I'm swinging CEI. I'm swinging DATS Chat, which is I've been, like I said, I've been swinging DATS Chat for honestly the last few weeks, and I have like about a 750 average. But I've been scaling in all the way through here, and then we have a position on Wish, and I have a position around about $6 even. So, pretty confident on Wish. So that's my short terms. If we're talking about long terms, let's go to my Twitter. Gonna take a second to find it. If you guys are curious, my link's in bio for my Twitter. You guys, I tweet out a lot of quality stuff. I want to see. All right, right here, if you guys go to this tweet, all of my favorite long-term stocks. I've done lots of tons of DD on these, but yeah, you'd be up 160% this year on these. But all these stocks are good. There's tons of growth stocks out there, but people look at MMDM. But yeah, growth stocks going to show 100% revenue over year. I know you love APPS. I'm about to pick up some apps. Are you thinking 100 by December 20? I don't really know of a price target. I mean, I think that we hit 100 by end of year for sure. But yeah, I mean, like, I think it should be a couple $100 stock. Like, it's not going to go up 100% in a day, but a long-term hold, it's going to pay you. NMDM looks like we're trying to break out of this falling wedge right here. It's got a hold, yeah. Don't see really too quality. I mean, we do see this double bottom. Maybe we're starting to make a higher low. Like I said, I'd want to see it make another higher low, maybe this way, come back down before I get in. But we are breaking out of this long-term resistance line. I want to see it. For me, it's got to hold $6. If it breaks $6, you can't hold 6. It's still going to be in a bearish trend. Hello, Soul. Yeah, that'd probably be my best advice. My thoughts. Yeah, AP. I mean, yeah, like there's so many growth stocks out there too. I just Wish has been really, really good to me. Or sorry, not Wish. APPS through the years. I said I've always followed the company a lot, so I know a lot about it. But there's still lots of growth opportunities. Someone showed me a stock yesterday that's been like growing 1,000% revenue every quarter. It's like the over the counter. So I mean, all you really have to look for is if you're looking for a growth stock, because you're looking for revenue year over year. You're looking that they're not in debt. You're looking that their cash on hand is still okay, and their cost of revenue isn't that much. You know, if you can find a stock that's grown over 100% year over year, you're going to make a lot of money off of it. So yeah, CEI looks good as well. But yeah, everything seems really, really heavy with SPY being up so much. Kind of interesting. So yeah, Wish and that, yeah. So Wish and DATS will be my swing if that's what your question was. Pennies are having an upside movement. I think that's what. I mean, thanks. I can't say your name, but Cairo, maybe Cairo. Thanks for the sub. I mean, NMDM. Let's just go ahead. I mean, yeah, we can. I mean, this is. I mean, I actually did like NMDM for a while. I really think they could be pretty profitable. So let's just look first. Our market cap's 1.5 billion, which is not too big. I mean, we had a really, really good June. We had a lot of earnings. My still problem with this is, yeah, we jumped up earnings quite a bit, but, you know, year over year growth is decent, but our cash on hand's decent as well. That's crazy. We still have $1 billion cash on hand. Market cap's 1.5 billion. But we never really beat earnings, and we have $1 million of revenue off of a $1.5 billion market cap. So I can see why people are skeptical, but I know Kathy Wood is really bullish. That's another play with no earnings. Yeah, APPS, there's a lot of stocks. A lot of my growth stocks are doing well, but like I said, I have the most shares in APPS, so I'll keep preaching APPS. Yeah, SLDB, so I don't really like the chart overall. I can talk that the only bullish things I can see out of this, if you go to the 1 year, 1 day, it looks like we're trying to hit our 200-day moving average. We have this nice channel breakout as well. So my thoughts on this is that we got to make sure that we don't break below. If we break below this channel line, so if we break below about $3, I don't think this play would be good anymore. But we're trying to break that 200-day moving average, which is good. For sure, but let's look at, like I said, I don't really have time to dig into all of these, but we can just go off the basics. We can look at SLDM, and then we can go off the basics. So Is that not the name? Oh, SLDB. Okay. So 300 million market cap, and then no revenue. That's the problem again. We're starting to see a little bit of revenue, but EPS, yeah. I mean, there's not a lot of revenue. We did start to make some revenue. I'd have to look more into the company, but cash on hand. So yeah, we have a lot of cash on hand too. We are burning it pretty quick, about 60 million a quarter, but we have about a whole year worth of cash on hand, which is good. Yeah, it doesn't look terrible, but yeah, and 3D printers is kind of just still a sketchy field. I don't really think that there's too much value in the future from it. I mean, that's again like I said, there's people that are just going to be ideally bullish on stocks and people that aren't. I'm not bullish on 3D printing right now. I think that the technology is really expensive to obtain, and my problem with it is like, if you're gonna want to build some like houses out of it, which I think is actually pretty cool, the idea of building houses out of 3D printing. The problem is getting a printer that big is really really expensive, even though it'd be cheaper than making a house. And other things like even the 3D printer like my uncle has, it gets jammed. It's one of the nicest ones. It gets jammed really easy. But yeah, it is kind of cool that they can print with a lot of different materials. So I do see like the bullish side, not too much of a bear side. Besides like it's really expensive to get a 3D printer, stuff like that. And for especially like companies with NNDM, they're just not. The problem with these I call them hype plays that have no revenue but they have a big market cap. The problem is that eventually they're just gonna run out of money if they don't make any revenue. Like they can't keep diluting their shares more and more. So they're either gonna go back to the over the counter or they're just gonna run out of money. That's why I don't really buy stocks like that. And that's just personal preference. Well, let's go back to EAR. EAR is still falling. Looks like it's another bear flag, so maybe there's another flush. There will be another flush. Expect SPY to. I would expect SPY to come down from down here, but things going crazy. Let me know if you guys got any questions or anything. Yeah, and CEI too. We could take a look at MACD. MACD is going to be important for what we're looking at when that turns positive. Could be a big pivot point. Yeah. Thinking of entering BB. We'll take a look at BB. Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad place to enter BB. Just make sure you have a tight stop loss. We broke over this resistance line and broke our 200-day moving average. So usually when that starts to curl back up, we have these, 7 to 19 range. We have some bigger runs. So make sure if you're going to enter that you're gonna risk off 10.18. You don't want to risk more than 10.18 on this play. Use that Unity software. I don't know. I was really bullish about Unity software. I have some, yeah. I like Unity software a lot. I have some since IPO. I have some down at like $80 or something. But, yeah. I mean, there's not too much to look at technical wise. I mean, like I said, we super strong uptrend. Looks like we gapped up today as well. But yeah, super strong uptrend. Excuse me. So I like EU, but the thing is, it is a big market cap, so it's going to be hard for it to like double. But yeah, year-over-year growth is great. Lots of cash on hand always beats EPS and revenue. It's a solid growth stock, not hyper growth. Hyper growth is grows 100% year over year, but definitely say it's a good growth stock if you're interested in that kind of technology as well. But yeah, I do like Unity. For sure. Just joining. What are your thoughts on CEI? I'm bullish on. I think it's still consolidating. BBIG, I've been out for almost a week, so I've been out since it dropped past 975. So I'm bearish on BBIG. I don't think my thesis is going to change anytime soon. Yeah, growth looks good though. Yeah. I mean, definitely a great growth stock. Could see it doubling within a year for sure. Well, maybe not within a year, but it seems very solid. Like I said, I have some, but from a long time ago. Yeah, you just want to. It's pretty easy to spot a growth stock. That's what I'm saying. It's not hard to make too much money in this market if you're just patient. If you can just find some quality growth stocks. Just all you have to do is just make sure that their earnings are good every quarter. Just go into their earnings every quarter, and yeah, you should be able like if you can find a growth stock in the $1 to $6 billion range. That's where I find most of my stocks that have given me multi baggers that have made me 2-3 times my money. It's not really. And it's not rocket science either. You just look for a cash that's a company that has a good profit margin. The revenue goes up every year. They're not doing earnings. They have good cash on hand. You find stuff like that, you shouldn't have a problem being able to triple your money within on certain stocks within a couple of years. If you have the patience, though, that's the big thing. Some people aren't patient with growth stocks. Growth stocks are going to be very volatile too. So as long as you trust the company that you're in, you have the DD. Like for me, it's APPS. It dipped $100 to 45. I wasn't worried at all. All I did was add more every day. It was down, so didn't even bother me. I mean, a little bit when you see your portfolio down 0.5% on your biggest holding, but it happens. And I mean, I'm still up overall on the position, even when it was at 50. So yeah. Yeah, it's a good stock. I like you. Software looks decent for sure. I'd put like a buy on it. I probably wouldn't put a strong buy, but another one is Palantir. Someone told me about 31 calls for October. Those are looking good. Palantir broke again. We had this resistance line. We broke above it again. So yeah, whoever had those $30 Palantir calls in October when it was down here at 26, you might be getting paid as well. Love to see that. I'm still looking. Okay, so EAR doesn't look terrible. We have this obvious double bottom set up. I want to see so we have a double bottom. I want to see it I want to see it go this way and then make another a higher low. And if it makes a higher low, I could potentially see myself entering. I want to see how it plays out, though. That'd be we'll see what happens again. It's kind of how I want to see it follow, though, somewhere in there. Dip and then go back up. Thanks for all the subs coming in too. I really appreciate it. But yeah, Palantir is one that will take patience. I mean, it is a bigger market cap, so with a bigger market cap, it's going to take a little bit. With a bigger market cap, it's just going to be hard to double or find a lot of money. But yeah, I think it's definitely a long-term hold. Hopefully, we'll see with EAR. I want to see that it can hold this higher low. So even if it came down to here. And then came up, but as long as it has a higher high, I'd be interested in getting a position. Yeah, Palantir is just going to take time. There's a lot of stocks like that Just going to take time. See how EAR plays out. Like I said, we're still down 68% on the day. Could it go down to $3? Of course. So if we're going to play EAR, just make sure if you play it with me, if I do enter, that you have a good stop loss. That you're following my stop loss and you're taking profit if it goes up quick, because this thing could go down really quick as well. But and I don't know if this is going to... The RSI didn't really reset like I wanted it to, but I don't know. Maybe you call this I wouldn't call this a high or low. I mean, it kind of is a high. It's kind of our low, and we shot back up, but still going to be patient on that name before we play it too much. If you guys got any questions, if you're just tuning in here, let me know. We can go over anything. Yeah, TMC. Someone asked on Twitter, TMC. It's gotta curl up. I don't know. It's be the same thing as like on these huge red day stocks that are red. Like down a lot. It's it's really hard to find the bottom, so you just got to make sure that you'll see the bottom when it's in, but you have to make sure that it's actually the bottom. Like this could still be a rising wedge, and I say that because RSI, even on this little like movement downwards, RSI didn't really go down that much, but we'll see. It's hard to always catch the bottom. It's one of the hardest things to do. If you're trying to find the bottom on a long-term stock, though, just average in. But on these, even if I don't really want to... The closer I can get to the bottom is the more my risk-reward will be better. Yeah, I don't know what Tesla's doing. Tesla looks okay. There's just a lot of stocks today that are just not up compared to SPY's strength. Let's see if we can hold this. Okay, that's what I wanted to see on EAR. I just wanted to see it dip a little bit and then curl back up. Yeah, SPY's almost 1.5 points. That's crazy. Or another one, yeah. Obviously, we're forming this would be a channel flag. If it breaks either way, it'll become bearish or bullish. Yeah, can we take a look at our NAS? Sure. Thanks for everyone being here. Appreciate everyone being in here as well. Yeah, if you guys got any questions, anything like that, let me know. I appreciate all the subs coming in too. It really means a lot, guys. But yeah, we can take a look at our NAS. So we'll see what happens with this. But yeah, Palantir, super good stock, and we actually there's someone who had 31 calls, but yeah, the 5-minute looks really good. Possible for our next leg up as well. Which stock did you want to look at? Tesla equals long-term growth. Yeah, Tesla is long-term. I like Tesla, so like I said, I'm not really too concerned with price action. Oops. Give me 1 second. Gosh, I hate this max sometimes. All right, our NAS, so we're up 53% today. So yeah, this actually looks decent. This is one of the, like I said, I don't know where this upper resistance line, but we definitely have a flag on this 5-minute forming almost perfect. If we go to the 15-minute, doesn't really show, but we definitely have a really if once we break this 425 level, we should see a breakout. But yeah, we have a nice flag set up for sure. Yeah, we're filling in this flag, and honestly, this actually looks like a decent play. I'd actually get in if I had it pulled up and was fast enough. I'd get in right here. Somewhere in here, ideally if we can get down to this 390.97 buys, but yeah, perfect flag setup. I'm actually gonna buy some shares. I like the setup. Well, like I said, we're starting to coil really tightly. I'm gonna play really small. I'm gonna be ready to buy 300 shares on my phone. And we're gonna start breaking out. Hopefully, yeah, we already broke out. That's what I missed the opportunity. So we're not even gonna buy. Tesla hasn't moved a lot as of late. Buy on pullbacks. Yeah, buy on pullbacks, and I like ARK too. ARK, emulates that. But look at this. I'm glad I didn't get in, but If you're looking to get in, don't get in. It just invalidated it. That was super annoying. We had this really strong breakout off of this support line. There's this resistance line, and then the support line we totally broke through. So unless this can reclaim like this 395 level, the play is over. Yeah, that was exciting. I'm so glad I didn't get into it, but yeah, I would say that plays possibly that play is over unless we can reclaim that. CEI looks good today, really good today. Let's see. I know we were looking at this RSI. Let's see. What we want to see here is that we make a higher low, so a higher high. So we ideally want to start rounding right here, and then move back up, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, Tesla's definitely been heavy compared to the market lately. That is a fact. But yeah, Chamber Energy definitely looks good. Or Camber. Chamber, Camber, same thing, huh? Yeah. So we'll see if we can make another high on EAR. If you guys got any other questions, let me know. If you guys are new. Appreciate all the subs coming in. That'd be crazy. It'd be crazy if we could hit 400. Yeah, we were almost close to, not close to getting monetized, but we're getting up there. I remember 2 weeks ago I had like 20 subs, so definitely appreciate everyone. See if EAR can try to curl. Yeah, EAR's going to be, like I said, it's my top play if we can hold it. Yeah, it looks like we're not trying to hold that. We can see, though. Like I said, I wanted to hold, make another higher high. Then I'd be interested in buying in. So, yeah, it's got to hold this level, though. Alright. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Yeah, EAR's really got to hold. It can't dip below 633. But it looks like we're maybe starting to set up another high, so we'll see. Let's look at DATS chat. It's what I'm swinging as well. Yeah, DATS looks really, really good. Just trying to... Wouldn't be surprised if we see an all-time high soon. I think the all-time high is like 913, yeah. Looks very strong. You have any merch yet? Would you guys really wear merch for me? Alright, like... I would be down to make merch. I just don't know if anyone would wear their Bullish Trades merch. I don't even know if that's going to be my channel name. I think it's Bullish Trades, but... I can make some funny shirts. Like, DATS, please. We'll look at DATS. Hold up. Before that, like, I would love to have, like, I think it'd be funny to have, like, this. Definitely, I mean, I'm kind of small still, but, like, as a channel, but I would like to. Like, would you guys wear a shirt with this? I would totally wear a shirt with this. Or something, I don't know. Could definitely make some though. If it was cool. James, you'd buy some if it was cool. I could definitely... Oh my god, 10.9 million degenerates. That's hilarious. Yeah, maybe we'll talk about getting some merch. I'll have to look. Ref Bar Bullish Trades merch. Okay, DATS and then MRM shirt. We can take a look. There's nothing really, like I said, I've been swinging DATS chat for a while now. I like the long-term theme. I don't really have anything for like a short term. I'm really bullish on it. I mean, the only thing I'd say is like this like $9 level. It's going to be huge for our next leg up, but we're following the support line all the way up, so looks really good. Nice. Like I said, I'm holding it for a swing. I'm not really too worried about the absolutely. James, you'd absolutely wear that. MRM. Let's take a look at MRM. Yeah. We looked. I know we looked today. Ooh, we're starting another flag. You know, we had this morning flush. I mean, really, it's not a terrible idea if you wanted to enter here. And it looks like we're gonna break out here soon. Just make sure your stop has to be 1394. Ideally, what would happen is we would, see another maybe higher low right here or higher high. So we come down here, we break up, and up here we could use this 15 as our stop loss. But yeah, it doesn't look too bad right now. Actually looks pretty good. We had that morning flush, so I'm curious to see what we can do with this. Oh, also, I'm not a financial advisor. So, yeah, I'm not a financial advisor. Unless it's APPS, I'm not even going to be I'll be your financial advisor on APPS, buy that stock. But, we did make this higher high on EAR. Interesting. See how these plays open up. No, I gotta do a couple things for this channel. I need to start making I need to start making some actual videos instead of lives. I still haven't figured out the screen recording situation with this Mac. And then I also I want to get like another monitor so I can read chat on one side. I want to get some like if you follow or like donate or like sub or something, like there's like things that pop up. Stuff like that. And I also want to make like a donation goal. I would like to I think at like 1,000 subscribers, I'd really like to do a charity stream. What I would do is like, I wouldn't have you donate through Streamlabs, but you give me money through PayPal, and then I would probably donate everything I made on the stream, or like $200 if I didn't make anything. Do like a charity stream. I think that'd be cool. Because like most of us traders, we're pretty fortunate with what we do. So I would like to. I mean, I go to college and school, but it'd be cool to do something like that. EAR. Oh god. Yeah, this would actually be a decent spot to buy. If you're gonna buy MRM right here, it'd be a decent spot because you can use this 1394 as a stop. As closer as we can. I mean, obviously, what we want to see is that this holds, because if this doesn't hold, it's gonna be a lower low. So we want to see this hold. So honestly, if you're gonna enter and put 413, I would say 1430 is a stop loss. Good risk reward right there. I'm in. When do you think of Wish at these levels? I am trapped into a long-term hold position, but added on the dip yesterday to average down. Expect a breakout, but feel it actually might dip some more. Yeah, I started a position in Wish, as you guys know, at like $6. Yeah, that's the thing, James, and that's what's hard about a lot of these stock, like EAR, for example. We're watching it right now. This thing could keep dipping. It could keep dipping. Same thing with the Wish. I definitely think that we're gonna have to come up at some point. I have a $6 average, so I'm not too worried. But the long-term thesis is we've broken out of this long-term resistance line. We're starting to curl, but down at these levels, it is really, really cheap. I just can't help it. I mean, I could definitely get trapped too. I mean, I'm really bullish about this, and I have a lot of shares down here at 6, so I could even get trapped too. So I think the key thing is that you have DD in the company, and I did a whole bunch of DD on Wish if you go back, but this was when it was at like $12, and I was buying. After I actually sold before the earnings. I had a bad feeling, but my thing is that okay, so we have $3 billion in revenue, or sorry, market cap is 3.6 billion. I mean, growth, if we're looking at revenue year over year, I mean, besides last quarter, which is not great, but not even Amazon beat their expectations, so how could Wish? We have about $2 billion in revenue, and we know that revenue is usually 10 times the revenue usually is the market cap. So this market cap should be 20 billion in reality. I just want to show you guys for e-commerce. Let's go to Snap. Stock Snap is a $50 is a 125 billion market cap with the same revenue as Wish. So e-commerce stocks trade with a really, really high PE ratio. Our cash on hand is 1.4 billion. We're staying pretty steady. Our cost of revenue is declining. So I mean, for like the long-term thesis of this company, like we should, if we're talking about our revenue on an e-commerce company being $2 billion, this is the closest thing to Amazon. Like this company right here, like its revenue and cash on hand is way more than its market cap. So like, even if this, like, we're looking at a potential buyout down here. That's how cheap it is. Like if I was Amazon, I'd be looking to buy it out for like $10 a share down here. Yeah, I mean, end this with you until your hedge fund comes out. I appreciate it. One day we'll see. I wish you didn't have to have a college degree for hedge fund because I can't stand it. But yeah, maybe we'll all get rich off the hedge fund. Yeah, if you guys see me IPO on the hedge fund, just know you guys better buy some shares. But so yeah, it's really, that's what I'm saying for Wish is like the long term thesis. It is hard though. It could go down to $3. I don't really know, but when I'm just looking at this revenue year over year, I mean, we just had a really bad June, so September is going to be a really, really big pivot point. But there's no way it should really be trading in the $6 range. I mean, if I'm just going to even 10 times the revenue at $20 billion, that'd put us at a 20 PE ratio, which is really, really low. This thing should have a 36 billion market cap, or no, it should be 20 billion. So it should be like around $22 if we're just off of revenue in 10 times. But I said e-commerce usually trades about 50 to 60. So yeah, that's hard about Wish. Like I feel like I'm getting a good spot with $6, but who knows? It could go down to $4. I don't know. I just think for a long-term thesis, I like the company. It has sucked though. That we've been just going down forever. But yeah, long-term thesis for the company is definitely the same. And down here, I wouldn't be surprised if we see like Amazon coming to buy it out. I don't think Wish would sell to Amazon, but yeah. And there's not going to be a lot of news. Is that the thing about Wish is that there's not a lot of catalysts for this company. I can't think of any catalysts. I mean, I could. But yeah, I think the best thing to do is just make sure that if you're like, that's what I said. I have a lot of it's hard because like I have a lot of thought why I like the company. There's a lot of reasons, but also on the other hand, like I'm a little bit nervous because I know that it could dip more. So I think at these levels it's really, really good. We can definitely see we're starting to kind of curl up a little bit. So yeah, we'll see. But I mean, it could dip another 10% tomorrow. I don't know. It's very interesting, the stock for sure. I still think Wish should be at like realistically for an e-commerce company, Wish at $2 billion should be at like about 100 billion market cap, which would put it over $100 a share. Like realistically, it should be like if we're comparing it to other e-commerce like Shopify and stuff like that, it should be at like $100 a stock. Like I just want to compare. Okay, let's just look at Shop stock. All right, like we look at Shopify. This is disgusting. Look at this. 184 billion market cap. So let me get the calculator out on my phone. We get 184 billion, right? And then we divide it by their revenue, which is 3 billion. The same as Wish. It has the same revenue as Wish, right? And its market cap is like 1,500, like it's like 50 times higher. And if we're just looking at I mean, obviously their financials are a little bit better, right? We had a good June, we're growing, but for e-commerce, if we take the last quarter out of Wish, we should be high. But yeah, also Shop is a really good long-term position. Thoughts on RWLK? Sure. That was my speech on Wish. Robotics, interesting. Long term, not the best graph to be honest with you. I wouldn't buy off of long term. Do you want me to look at the revenue? I wouldn't buy off of this one day too. We don't have too much volume from $1.07. Could just fall right back down. I wouldn't buy. I don't know. I don't really trust the chart. Yeah, Shop has taken the throne. That's, I mean, like I said, we beat estimates every quarter. Just we actually you just want to compare Wish with its partners with e-commerce. So with Wish, you want to compare it with the market cap. So I mean, there's no reason Wish shouldn't be about realistically like $25. Seems fair. I don't know. I might be missing something on Wish. Like, and also we also need to another like fair point we need to say about Wish too is like we all know that Wish is kind of like a crap company, right? They sell kind of crappy things, but you can't miss out on the revenue. And I honestly like the idea. I bought some things from Wish. I think Wish is a great company, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's just they're drop shipping from Alibaba, right? Like, there's not great. I think what would really help Wish is if they started like having really good like they have these dollar store or whatever like really cheap stuff, but I think that they should actually start putting some better merch in there, not merch but better stuff to buy, maybe some quality vendors, or maybe yeah, I'd say quality vendors would probably help it out a little bit, but I do like that could ruin their whole goal though. I really like that goal of kind of like going to the dollar store and it's kind of like you can get some neon lights for like $1.50, some really cool stuff. I do like the thesis behind it, but it does get expensive after shipping and stuff, but there's not really a huge profit margin. I mean, there like what I'm saying is like people don't spend $1,000 on Wish like they would on Amazon, but like the profit margin when you're just like buying the stuff for 3 cents, it's pretty big. Wish poor product quality and poor delivery, but where can you buy a fake camel? Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I mean it definitely is a poor product, poor delivery. It does have the revenue there. It is kind of like a meme. I don't know. It's kind of funny. Um, I think if I was Amazon at this price, like okay. Also, we're gonna do some more DD because I just want to show you guys. You guys know that Wish is the most downloaded app. Okay, we're just gonna look at Wish Instagram. So Wish has 8 million followers on Instagram. Like if we're talking about it, I'm really big into social media presence. 8 million, that is insane. Let's go to Amazon. Amazon Instagram. Like Wish has more downloads and obviously more followers than Amazon. So like their social media combined is worth a lot of money. That's like I don't know. I'm really bullish about Wish, but it's hard to explain. That said, 15K shares. That's a lot of shares, my dude. Big C is a pretty good company too, but it can climb like Shop. Yes, but that's what keeps Wish small. But yeah, I mean, there's no doubt Wish should be. I mean, if you're whatever you think about Wish, it should be trading more than it's trading at right now. It's just my thing. But I am gonna just say, sometimes undervalued plays never pop. I give the example. We can look at it. It's called IEA. IEA has $3 billion of revenue a year, and its market cap's like 500 million, and it's been that way for 2 years. Sometimes undervalued stocks just don't. And I mean, another thing is we could really think of is like everyone knows about Wish. How the heck can there like? I guess we say the same thing about Amazon, but growing might be hard. I don't know. But both based off their revenue, their market cap should be more. That's just the basic thought that I have behind it. I did a whole video on Wish. I kind of looked like an idiot when I was up at $12 saying that it was a buy, but the DD is still intact. The only thing that's changed is the price. So TMC looks terrible. Yeah, and then like yeah, Wish is just getting so cheap that like if I was a company for like I would buy out Wish. If you bought out Wish for $10 billion, if you're Amazon, and pay $15 a share for it, that'd be a really good deal for Amazon. Something like that. Like I could see a company buying it out like $15 range for sure. Wish needs better management, but I am confident that it will turn around. No worries, just time. Yeah, I'm confident too. There's definitely some things about it though that I don't know. Another thing I wanted to talk about is I did some more research, and that's just for everyone in here. I did some more research on some of these Chinese stocks, and I came to my conclusions that I am so bullish. I'm getting really bullish on Tiger. Let's go to Tiger. Tiger is a Chinese stock, and Chinese is getting beaten down, but we have a 1 billion market cap, and that's where I find most of my big winners. This is going to be a big winner, I'm telling you right now. Look at our revenue. So we don't really, our revenue is about 180 million off of $1 billion market cap, but we're buying into the growth. We have tons of growth. We're beating our earnings. We have lots of cash on hand to back up our thesis as well. And our cost of revenue is very small. So Tiger used to be back up at $40. I have it down here at like $8, but I think Tiger should be in the $22 range. So I'm really bullish about Tiger once China names come back. But yeah, thanks Infinity for the sub. But I'm gonna tell you guys a little secret. So you guys know how I'm really bullish about APPS. This stock here, I'm about as bullish on, if not more. The problem is the sentiment in China. But we're gonna talk about a really, really nice looking growth stock. We're gonna look at Futu. So 13 billion market cap, we could easily double our money here, triple. But look at these earnings. Like let's count out June. June was kind of bad, but like 300% almost. If we in 130% is a lot, but almost 300% growth. Tons of cash on hand. Like we always beat our revenue. Our EPS doesn't really matter too much, but this stock is really, really bullish. If we look at our revenue too, 2 billion, 4 billion, we're playing. Okay, listen. How much this? So we're playing. Talk about an undervalued pay. Half of our market cap is our revenue. It should at least be trading 10. Like this company should be at least a $60 billion market cap. And we're not even including what a lot of stocks are, is this growth. This growth is insane. So I'm telling you right now, once China names come back, Futu is going to be at $400. So, yeah. So I mean, I like Tiger, but like, if you guys are like actually interested in like making some money, like this stock right here has some of the best fundamentals I've ever seen on the chart. 300% year over year. I mean, it's crazy. Like we have so much revenue, and look at like our cost of revenue is nothing. Like look at the cost of revenue, 200 million for 1.5 billion. So if you guys are at like Futu, I'm telling you, like I mean, I am aware that China could keep dipping, but like Futu, I mean, shoot. Like I'm telling you right now, like this could be a triple, this could 10x your money in a few years. I'm telling you, like I would not be surprised if this is not $1,000 stock in 5 years if it keeps this up. Yeah, I think I think it could 10x your money for sure in 5 years. So that Futu is a really, really good buy, especially China has been getting beat down. But look at like the relative strength from China too. Like this has a lot of relative strength. So Futu, like once it starts to go back in this uptrend, I mean, I remember when we went $45 to $200 in like a month. Every day it was up 20%. Once the name comes back, it will do that. I do recommend buying. Actually, I don't recommend buying because I'm not a financial advisor. But for myself, I would recommend it like a lot. Like I would probably buy as much as I could. Okay, now that we're done with that speech, does anyone have any other questions? Yeah, I don't have a position. I have a small position in Futu right now. I'm looking to increase it when, we get some strength back into the China sector, but I mean, that stock, I mean, you can't 300% a quarter, like I mean, Jesus. We're talking huge numbers. That's I mean, it's a $10 billion market cap, so that's kind of like the sweet range. A little bit higher than I'd want, but to really make some serious money. Like it could be $100 billion market cap stock in my opinion. I think it should be. I think it should be like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if it's $1,000 stock in 5 years. So if you're looking to just stash some money away into some big growth names that are beaten down, Futu, I think I could put all my money into Futu, APPS, and probably XP, and I'd probably be very confident those three stocks. But yeah, and also I mean you want to make sure that yeah, I mean, the Chinese government's kind of corrupt. I mean, they're communists, but yeah, Futu is definitely pretty crazy. Would love to add more shares. We'll see. You guys got any thanks? Some little magic for the follow. Appreciate all the follows coming in. Appreciate all the follows. But yeah, that's my little rundown on Futu. Oh, you said you bought BB at 1037. I didn't see that. Nice. Yeah, I said that we could start running here. Looks good. Nice if you bought at 1037. We broke this long-term resistance line, so yeah, we look decent. We could once we start to see like look, last time we broke over this line, or last time we started to see a reversal, we went 8 to 20. So I mean, we could see a potential big move. I could see us maybe hitting like 15s in here, but yeah, looks pretty good. Yeah, thanks for all the subs coming in too. I appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, anything, let me know, or I'll keep rambling about Futu and Tiger and APPS. But no, but seriously, like Futu, honestly, if we're looking at fundamental wise, APPS is really strong because I like it that it's an American stock and what they do, their business model with digital monetizing apps. But Futu really is better. If we're talking just straight up growth, it has a lot. I mean, I haven't seen a growth stock hit that much like overall and with a big market cap. It's pretty impressive. So definitely going to be waiting for September earnings. I'll probably make sure I buy before September earnings. Wow. RWLK. We can look at RWLK. Yeah. Looks like it's going for it. I'm not interested in buying it. I mean, it was at $2 or $1.70. I'm still not interested in buying it. I just don't like the graph at all. I mean, tons of volume. I mean, it's got a lot of room up to its 200-day moving average. But, yeah, I'm just not a big fan. Too many reverse splits in here. I mean, if you're in it, congrats. I wouldn't, not my type of play. And then XP is another stock that you guys should look at. We'll go review XP real quick as well. XP's been one of my I made a lot of money. I went like literally like 33 to 90 on XP and then lost it all at 90, but it's coming back up. We're gonna talk about another stock with some serious growth. Look at this. So it's a 7 billion market cap, so that's the sweet zone for finding plays that can triple. Look at this. Over 100% every year. Lots of cash on hand. We have a lot of employees. And if you actually do some DD on this, like with the real estate agency, it is crazy, their company and their potential. But we went up 40% in our last earnings. Earnings propelled it to 40%. I mean, we're making, again, like, okay, wow, look at that revenue jump. $500 million to $1 billion. Like, come on, guys. So that's 1.5 billion, 2.1, about 2.7 billion revenue. So yeah, this like XP stock is another crazy one. That's what I'm saying. Like XP, APPS, Futu, Tiger. I mean, there's a lot on there that I'd be happy to hold. Thoughts on MRM? Sure, we can look Sharpio. Yeah, MRM is bearish. Actually, no. Doesn't look terrible. We had this triple bottom. Not my play to enter. If you're going to enter, make sure that you use it $14.09 as your stop. I mean, it looks okay. It's very volatile. It's kind of consolidating maybe for the next leg up, but it'll probably go up since I said it's not my stock. But yeah, I mean, I'm not feeling ballsy today. I mean, I would, if I took a position, I would use 14.13 as a stop, but I'd feel more confident having a stop a little bit closer. CEI. CEI is doing pretty well today for itself. So I got a leg cramp I'm trying to deal with. Yeah, I'm super bullish on DATS chat. DATS chat jumped up on my scanner on my laptop. Hold up. What's happening with DATS? Oh, okay. DATS shot up a little bit. I love DATS too for a longer term swing. Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, DATS is another swing that I'm taking. EAR doesn't look bad. If you're gonna enter EAR, use 6656 as your stop loss. I think once we have a reversal, and actually this is a perfect flag setting up. I'm gonna take some shares on EAR actually. Getting kind of bored here. We are gonna break out of that. Damn. Perfect breakout. All right, I'm gonna add a couple hundred shares for a swing into today. I'm honestly gonna buy a few hundred shares here. I'm not gonna risk much. I'm gonna buy a few hundred shares here in a second. I'm gonna buy them now, so I'll buy a couple more. So I'll tell you. Got filled at 688 on EAR, so I'm gonna put. This is where I am on EAR. I'm gonna put my stop loss on 656. So I'm not risking too much, and then we'll come back and see if this play shapens up. I guess we can leave it. I'm not crazy confident on it because it's very volatile, but we'll throw in a couple $1,000 and see what happens. Okay. Thoughts on rot. Got to go. See you, Sil. Pickle juice. Rot. Look at ROT. Weird ticker name. Rotor acquisition. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I have to look really into. There's not going to be any financials. I'd have to look really into it. So I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. Apologize. If you catch me on the weekend doing like ticker review, we could do it. But I don't. I just don't know off the top of my head. And actually, I'm gonna put my stop limit is 677 on EAR. So I'm gonna risk 10 cents. I'm gonna risk literally $20 on this. I'm gonna put it at 677. I'm gonna put that on pretty quick. So actually, I'll put 675. 675 is my stop on EAR because that was the last low. So, we'll put it at 675. So we'll play like a 2%, pretty close stop. We'll see. Hopefully we can. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Let's see. Yeah, once we break this line, it should shoot up. If we can break over this $7 is going to be a big pivot for sure. What's that sound? No one cares. Okay. We'll see what can happen with EAR. If you guys got any questions, if you're just tuning in, welcome. Appreciate all the subs as well. If you guys got any BB, I know whoever's on BB, it's doing pretty good. Not bad. Nice. If we can reclaim that 7 on EAR, we should. Yeah, that's a nice candle right there. Yeah, I'd love to be able to reclaim 7. It'd be great for EAR. Probably be holding this one for longer. I'll obviously scale out and move our stop limit up, but we'll see. Yeah, nice look on EAR. Those 688 ads are looking pretty decent. Broke out of that, so we should see a little bit of upside here. Curious to see. Sorry, I'm just tweeting something out. All right. Cool. Love to break that 7 level. Looks good. Anyone playing this? Perfect. Like I said, can I scale out some shares? Probably. Am I going to? Probably not. We're just gonna. It'd be smart to scale out shares right now in here, but I figure if anyone's entered yet about a 690 average, so everyone should be up money. Could raise my stop limit back up to 680 or 688. That would be smart as well. But we'll keep our stop where it is. We're only going to lose about 1%. We'll lose 1% on this trade if it goes wrong. So I'm talking about good risk reward. Nice. Okay. Not bad. Yeah, you're starting to trend as well. I mean, we could definitely see some upside. Now, honestly, I might be looking to add a couple more shares in the year as well. I mean, I didn't add, like I said, I only bought like 200 shares. So, I mean, that's still a lot of money, but, or sorry, I bought 300. No, I bought 200. Thought I bought 300. I just looked. But, yeah, nice coming out of EAR. So we could see some reversal potential for sure. Yeah, it looks really, really good from those 688 ads. So we'll see. As we go up, if you guys are in the play, I'll give my stop losses. You actually went 2 for 2 yesterday. I would love to have another little win today. Okay. Nice. Still gonna have to reset the RSI though a little bit. The RSI is getting pretty heavy on EAR, but don't see it being too much of a problem. Could be another rising wedge also. Like, if we're technically looking at here, this would technically be a rising wedge that could fall. RSI is curling up. Could potentially be a rising wedge as well. So, actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my stop limit back at 688, where I bought. So I'm gonna put my stop at 688 right now. 688. Okay, I got my stop at 688 on this play. Could be a really good falling wedge. So it could break once if it breaks down this line, we could go down. So I got a 688 stop. We'll see if that hits. Hopefully it doesn't. Nice bounce off of that support line, but like I said again, still it kind of looks like a rising wedge. So I just want to be careful with my stop. Want to make sure it doesn't break down here. You guys got any questions? Let me know. I would not have even entered, but I kind of just saw that that rising wedge. You can break out of a rising wedge on the upside, but it's usually common that they don't. So thanks for all the subs coming in as too. Appreciate it. All right, cool. Thanks for everyone tuning in. Appreciate it. Like I said, I put my stop limit back at 688. Ideally, you'd want your stop probably at about 683. Hopefully, we can make another higher low, but I don't really want to lose money on this trade. And I mean, it looks fine, but definitely could see some downside. Should have put it at 689 so I could have won, and that's okay. Still think we should have some room here. Yeah, like I said, it could be if we break out of this, it could be like I said, if a rising wedge, it might be a better place to get it. But for now, I'm gonna be out if it hits back at 688. Just not feeling it. Yeah, okay, it stopped us out. That's okay. That stopped me out at least, so I made nothing on this trade. I didn't. I literally profit loss is 0 on it. I guess the honestly the smart thing would have done was to make sure that the 683 level holds, because if the 683 level holds, we could potentially bounce up off of here. So I think the play is still intact, but I don't want to lose anything today. What was the stop loss he put in here, and what was the reasoning again? So there was just a reasoning behind that was my average, but really, if we're looking at this 1 minute chart, our last low would have been the last low would have been like 677. So really, what you'd want is the 677 to be your stop loss, and at 688, that's only about like 1.5% of risk off. But yeah, that's why it's our last low right here. So the 676. If we don't hold this area, if we shoot behind here, we're starting to make lower lows on the chart gets attacked. So yeah, if we can hold 677, we'll be good. I still think the play is intact. That was what my average is at. And also, let's just look at a rising wedge pattern. All right, let's look at rising wedge stock. Rising wedges typically will go back, but this is a rising wedge, right? Rising wedges, this is what usually happens. We come down, there's a rising wedge, we shoot down. Look, we can see rising wedge right there, rising wedge right there. And if I'm looking right here, we have a kind of a rising wedge. So that's kind of, I didn't see that before I entered, but now that we're back on it, I just want to make sure that I don't get trapped in this rising wedge. We could definitely fall a little bit more. It doesn't look like there's too many buyers. So that is my thoughts behind that. Thanks for everyone tuning in. But yeah, so that's why it's definitely important to know that your stock patterns, right? So like there's a lot of patterns behind it, but there's also a chance that this, you can also break out to the upside on a falling wedge, but usually you're going to see downside. So that's my thoughts behind there. Welcome. If you guys are joining in, if you guys got a ticker you want to drop, let me know. We can go over whatever you guys want to see. We broke even on this last trade on EAR. I just wasn't feeling it, so I kind of put my stop right at my entry price. But yeah, if you guys are just tuning in, you guys got any questions, want to hear anything, let me know. We can talk about whatever. And Vax looks good. Yeah, lots of good plays. I did think DATS is looking good too. That's one of our longer term swings. But yeah, as soon as EAR breaks down from this, we can see a lot of downside. So yeah, we'll have to see. Emrin thoughts. We already talked about that. Or no, we did. Oh, we didn't. You sent that again. Okay, we can look at MRN. What was it? It was MRIN. Okay, yeah, we can look at MRN, sure. MRIN. Oh, we are bouncing off that support line on here, so I mean, it could go either way. Jeez, I cannot. Sometimes I just can't in the morning. Sorry. Martin software. I don't like it. We have a big gap to fill down, $7 to $5. I wouldn't enter. Big gap to fill down. Which scares me. Nice moves. Up 10% on the day on CEI. Looks pretty good. Can you look at Verna? Let me look at CRVS. And thanks, Josh, for the subscribe. Appreciate it. Sure, we can look at Corvus. So CRVS looks decent. Not decent, but it looks okay. We are holding up this pretty well. We broke out of this bull flag that I drew earlier. We had a nice run. What is this? Oh yeah, so these are resistance lines. So we definitely broke out of those. What I'd want to see from here is that I'd want to see that we turn this old resistance. So this 684 kind of has to be your stop. We want this old resistance to turn into support. And then once we can break this falling wedge, we should see some upside. It looks like a pretty decent chart. Just make sure, definitely a stop under, like, if we're really going to play our stops really low, under a stop under, even I would have put my stop. It's hard because we have a lot to gap down. But yeah, my stop would be at, no less than like 675 in my opinion. Plug, please say something about Plug. We can talk about Plug. Verna and Plug. And then these are, we can look at financials, but I figured this is just a swing trade. If you guys showed me a good intact over, like, we can look at, yeah, I don't like the graph. I'm not even going to look at the financials. Bad graph. It's got a lot of ways to go down, starting a rounding top as well. Plug. I played Plug a while ago. Made some good money off of it. Let's see. So long-term thesis is if we're looking on the weekly. Let's actually look on the daily. We'll get a better chance for this. My long-term, I don't know. Plug looks okay. The big pivot above 30 is going to be a big pivot point if we can break our 200-day moving average again. I mean, we have a double bottom right here, kind of. What I want to see on Plug is that when a graph is an uptrend, we usually see higher highs. So we have a high, we have a higher low. We want to see higher lows. So that's a higher low. And then the next low is going to be higher than the last. This is a healthy uptrend. Right now we're seeing lower low, lower low, lower low. So what I'd want to see is that we kind of consolidate down here, right underneath our 200-day moving average, base, and then shoot up. If we can make another high, if we can make a higher high, a higher low right here, I'd be interested. But yeah, it doesn't look too bad. It looks like the momentum could be getting changed. Appreciate all the subs coming too as well. Appreciate it. Do you guys got any other things? We can look at, I'm not going to look at financials for a company unless, and then EAR did break down. So, exited that. It was a falling wedge indeed. But what was I going to say? If you guys are, I don't even know what I was going to say. No. If you guys are gonna I can look at financials if you want me to. I'd rather look at a better graph. So something that does well long term. Looking at the financials because I know Plug doesn't have a lot of earnings if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, EAR broke down, so maybe we'll be looking at another chance to enter. But I broke even on the trade, so I'll take it. If I would have scaled out like I should have at about $7, I would have actually made some money on the trade. But that's all right. I'd only made a few extra dollars. Yeah, Snap's doing really good as well. But yeah, Plug is definitely, it looks okay. I remember when it was at $80 though. That was crazy. A lot of these, Plug is a growth play. A lot of these growth plays just been getting hammered this year as well. Yeah, that's just the reality about growth plays this year. They've just not been doing good. Looks like especially in APPS, it looks like some momentum starting to get changed. But man, we're getting really close to our next leg up on CEI. I would think. Yeah, there's been such a big consolidation in CEI. All of our moving averages again have to catch up. So, not really worried. I'm not worried about that. It's pretty normal. Thanks for all the subs coming in too. I know I say it, but I really do appreciate it. I am live every day. I wasn't live. I was live yesterday for about 20 minutes, but Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, I try to be on until at least for another few hours. All right, looks good. Verna is a bio farm. Yeah, I don't really play bios too much. My thing is with bios is there's a lot of, and do I need to turn down my volume? Will you guys let me know? Bios, there's a lot of catalyst stuff like that. I don't know too much about the space, so I try to stay out of it. The only bio I play is BCRX because I'm bullish on it long term. But yeah, not the best at bios. I'll say it straight up. Bios are probably my weak suit. I don't know much about. I obviously know we have the different. We have. Level phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. If it passes DA's office, we get PFDUA approval or not. That's where we can make a lot of money. But other than that, not my thing. So I don't really want to talk too much about bio. I can help. I can give my best shot, but I don't really want to give you guys information that's not right. Okay. Yeah, BB looks decent. Someone said, I forgot who has $10 ads, but it's great. Tilray went up this morning too. Man, that's one of my biggest regrets. I remember when Tilray was at $3. I was going to buy it right before Biden got elected and didn't do it. QS looks good. Yeah, TMC is just a falling knife. Same thing with EAR, just some falling knives. EAR at least bounced off the RSI. It looks like it could bounce right here, but it's not. I'm probably not gonna play it again unless we actually see some really big movement upwards. I could just tell by RSI that not really going well. Yeah, CI definitely looks decent. I hope it. We'll see what happens. It looks decent. I do want to take a look at SPY real quick. I feel like SPY, there's a lot of these big cap stocks that just aren't up today, and SPY is really up a lot. It's interesting for sure. Yeah, we can take a look at VRNA. No, we just looked at it, but that's no problem. We can look at it again. My problem with VRNA is if we just look at the chart, there's really nothing going on. I mean, we don't even need. We just look at the 1 year, 1 day. I mean, we're just in this super big downtrend. I mean, there's nothing bullish about the chart, so you're gonna have to be looking for a catalyst. Obviously, you're not really gonna be playing the chart setup or momentum or anything. Okay, so we're at a $300 market cap. My problem with this is that I'm already gonna see is that we have no earnings. Our cash on hand, 200 million, 187 million. So we're using about 30 million a quarter, so we'll stay afloat for another year, but after another year, we're going to have to dilute some more shares. Not really anything on earnings that are great. Net income, no income. Revenue's really bad. Cash on hand, like I said, we might have another maybe even 2 years, but like I said, maybe they're working on a trial right now that I don't know of. That's another thing. CI looks like it wants to break out as well. But yeah, that's like I said, I don't know about you have to have a lot of DD on these bio plays. If you're going to play them, you got to make sure that, even you have to be like, I know there's this guy named Alex Denner. Maybe you guys are, but like Alex Denner has made he's made tons of money. He usually has hundreds and hundreds of percents of returns off of bios, but he's a big institutional guy. So I look for like buys from Alex Denner on stocks and stuff. Alex Denner, look that guy up, crazy. But stuff like that. There's a lot of secrets. There's a lot of things in bio trading. And I just, I hold BioCryst Pharmaceuticals because they have a big pipeline. Same thing with AUPH and Chemopharm I like, but other than that, I don't really hold too much. There's just too many offerings in bios. Bios, the thing is like they don't make money. It's hard for them to make money unless they get a vaccine or something like that. And for that, they're going to have to constantly dilute their shares to make money to have, the money to fund it. So, interesting. For sure. If you guys are just, looks like CI is trying to break out here. So, when you add on any drops like that, do you load intraday? Oh, that's a good question. Do you load intraday? I like that. I actually like that question a lot. That's a very interesting question. For DATs, for me, it's more of, I would say, it depends what you're doing. I'd say for most things, you're going to want to wait to the end of the day. But, for example, like this morning, if I would have saw this dip past 8, I would have bought. I would say generally end of the day for longer term swings. But my thing with DATs is we're any kind of dip under this 8 level, I would probably buy. But we're working on this really, really nice bull flag. Once we break this resistance up here, we should see a really, really big jump. We also have this really nice trend right here. But yeah, intraday I'll do big dips, but I will add small. But if I'm going to add big, I wait till big at the end of the day. Verns is in phase 3 clinical trial ending in 22. What is the clinical trial they're in? What are the main financials you look at? Thanks for looking. Yeah, you're very welcome. The main financials. So let's just pull up a growth stock that is healthy. You can really start looking at like their income to debt. You can start looking at all of their stuff, but you're gonna read some like finance books, especially me in college. They want you to like go straight down to their book value and divide it by like all this bull crap, and it's like it's really not that hard because I'm taking finance for college and it pisses me off because I've made more money than probably all these professors ever will. not money, but like return on their portfolio. And they're teaching me how to find a growth stock. It's kind of funny. Anyways, people are going to say that you need to go into Yahoo Finance and look at all this stuff, but it's pretty basic. We want to see that our revenue on growth stocks is really high. So hyper growth is over 100%. So if we're looking at a stock like this, really, really good growth, we want to see that their cash on hand is not going down. If their cash on hand is going down, they're going to have to dilute their shares at some point. So cash on hand looks healthy on this company, and then cost of revenue. Cost of revenue, because I've seen some companies, their cost of revenue is more than their revenue. So very, very minimal right here. And if we go down to their earnings, we're beating. So if you look at a company like this, then it's time to maybe look at what they do. Maybe you can look at some more financial stuff, maybe like if they've ever diluted before. And then all you're going to do on these really big growth stocks is every quarter you're going to come look, and as long as they're doing well still, you should be fine. I mean, we did drop a little bit on revenue, but I mean, we're still up a lot of revenue from September. So on a stock like Futu with these earnings, this stock has been down from $200. This should be a $500 stock. So as long as you find growth stocks with really good revenue year over year, you'll be fine. That's the most important: cash on hand, revenue, and profit margin. ECOR looks like honestly like a pump and dump. If you can break this 1.2 level, you got a little bit of a gap up to fill. Also, we're trying to touch our 200-day moving average, but nothing too bullish I see about it. We could put on MACD real quick. Since it's been consolidating for a while, I'm gonna want to make sure we look at MACD. Let's apply this. Let's go to okay. So MACD, want to look at a bigger time frame. So, not really much. MACD's starting to curl up on the 1 day, but yeah, I mean, not too bullish about this. Looks kind of like it's gonna fade. I guarantee this fades throughout the day unless we can start getting our volume. I mean, we have a nice bull flag forming. That's picture perfect bull flag. If we can start getting some more volume, maybe it goes up today. But for long term, probably say no. CEI looks good. I didn't mean to sound like the perfect. Yeah, it's just like very interesting. There's a lot of people. I mean, I guess like if you're really really gonna like dump like $100,000 in a company, maybe you do want to look at every single financial thing they do. But for me, I mean, I think that's just kind of like not necessary. Just look at their revenue, their cash on hand, and their net profits or their operating costs. After that, you should be fine. You can start looking at management too. I always like to just do some research on the management team. Obviously on my hyper growth stocks, I'm looking to hold for 5 years and not touch them. So I I tend to do, and I already have that list outlined on my Twitter, all my hyper growth stocks. But like I say, I want to make sure, because I don't really feel like touching those for 5 years. All I'll be doing is adding probably on dips. So I want to make sure that I'm pretty bullish on a company if I'm going to hold it for 5 years, because that's kind of my plan with a lot of these. Even if they are down 50%, I trust the revenue. And what I will do is I actually have taken down some growth stocks. If they have a bad quarter, I'll usually kind of evaluate why it was bad, and maybe because I know, for example, like this last quarter has been bad for everyone. And then another growth stock that I want to talk about. I mean, man, this is like the next Tesla, but I mean, like just like won't stop going up kind of thing. Upstart won't stop going up, but it will come down soon. Like trust that the 200 moving average is probably around 250, and it will touch there at some point. So still waiting out by an Upstart, but crazy chart. Seriously, like really really crazy. I mean, MACD's almost. I mean, we're gonna have to see a dip here at Upstart for it to be healthy. Every stock will end up hitting its 200-day moving average eventually. So confident we'll get the dip that we want. Upstart has crazy year-over-year growth as well. If you're really looking for something that's it's crazy, but like I said, there's so many different stocks that there's lots of high growth stocks out there. So never get FOMO on something like Upstart. There's tons of them out there. If you guys got any questions, let me know. Yeah, but there's lots of growth stocks out there. Yeah, lost on that. Actually, didn't lose anything on that day trade. But some, like I said, my portfolio is down quite a bit today, even though SPY's up. It's interesting for sure. That dynamic between growth and the standards and poor. Growth always beats the standards and poor, but sometimes, like over the last year, the SPY has outperformed my portfolio. It's been pretty sad, but we're starting to see we're starting to see a little bit, like, especially in like stocks like APPS. We're seeing a lot more volume, a lot more buyers in those. I mean, growth gets hit hard during corrections and stuff, but they usually shoot back the quickest as well. So over this last 2020, there was really a growth correction. A lot of these growth stocks are down 50% from their peaks. So yeah, definitely interesting. SPY's up almost 1.5%. Crazy. Welcome if you guys are just tuning in. If you guys got any questions, let me know. We can go over anything. And then if you guys, I think my voice should be fine. I moved some stuff around. I cleaned my room and I put my computer up on my desk, so it's a little bit easier. It's a lot easier. Okay. Nothing. That's fine. Okay. CEI. We'll go down to CEI. CEI looks. We actually need to go down to smaller time frame on here. Yeah, CEI looks really good. So it looks like we're breaking out. I wonder. Okay, let's just look at this. I mean, it definitely looks like a breakout right here. This is a bull flag. This is a breakout. So I think we should see some follow through in CEI today. I wouldn't be surprised if we hit, $1.75 or more. We're really starting to break out. So yeah, really, really good moves on CEI. Yeah, like CEI. Glad to finally break out of this resistance line. That looks like it probably should be the resistance line. So I mean, technically, could see a big move coming up soon. Let's MACD turn positive on the 1 hour. So we have lots of room to run. So far on the 1 hour, just turned positive on the 30-minute. Lots of room to run. The 20-day so look really, really bullish looks from APPS. MACD's turning positive on most time frames. So yeah, I like what I see. That's on Adder. I'll look at Adder. I've said this for a while. I wouldn't buy Adder. I mean, what I see here. Let's go to the 1 year, 1 day. I mean, unless the only thing I can see here, I don't buy it because I don't like how it moves. It's very volatile. But the only bullish case that I can see is that we're just making we have a higher high, higher low, higher high. We're just making higher low. So higher low, higher low. Hopefully we curl up sometime here. But yeah, I just don't like it. Too volatile for my taste. Looks like we could be making a possible cup and handle on the 1 minute. Potential cup and handle forming. For this cup and handle to be validated, we want to make sure that we can break above this 1450 level. If we break over that 1450, we should have some ways to go up, but not too bullish. Out of your earning top, URG was a recent buy. Any thought on other tickers? I don't know much about uranium, but let's just go ahead and look at the chart. Let's look at the chart and compare it to financials. I don't know why uranium would be picking up. I don't know much about precious metals, what they're used for. Chart looks really, really good. 42 cents. Like I said, decent place to buy right here. Waiting for this falling wedge to break out again. All right. Yeah, definitely looks good. The chart looks pretty decent. A little bit more volatile, so you want to make sure that you price point in pretty well. Problem is that we're having no revenue. Cash on hand is drying up every quarter. We did an offering, it looks like. Littleton, Colorado. That's funny. That's where I'm from. Maybe I should go check it out. Pretty big market cap, so I would say no unless something else. BBIG, nope. Once it broke that 975 level, I was out. I know you don't like, but if you can, I can look at him. You can look at HEPA, a guy who posts on StockSwitch says he sees it go to 150. Look at the chart. I mean, anyone that says that they see it going to 150 based off of a chart is pretty idiotic. If you're putting a price range onto a chart, I mean, I guess you can. You said a HEPA. It's not gonna go to 150. I can tell you that much. I mean, it was at $48. There's no way it's gonna break its all-time highs. It looks like a pretty not intact chart. I mean, the only thing I could see is if we broke this support line, but yeah, it doesn't look really good here at all. I wouldn't. Terrible chart. So yeah, he's not HEPA. Stock. I mean, it's really hard to get price targets from a stock. Like no revenue. I don't like it. I mean, like, I could obviously get some price targets for, like, I can be like, we're starting on our uptrend on APPS, right? We have a lot of, APPS, congrats. I know James and some people have lots of shares. I've been shouting this thing out since it's been down here at the 50s. Love this stock long term, but I could say, okay, our price targets would probably be $80, and then after 100 we could see more. But it's hard to get an exact price target unless you're actually using your fib retracement tool, but even that can be off. So if y'all really want me to look at the fib retracement, we can. The Fibonacci retracement, which is, I want to say to this. Is it this? No, that's the pitchfork. We don't want the pitchfork. Okay. Chill out, pitchfork. No, those are Fibonacci fans. I don't know which one it is. I think it's this one. But we measure our intervals. So we go 1. That's our wave 1, our wave 2 at the bottom. And then we can wrap it up back up top. That's not the one I want though still. It should be this way, but I can do Fibonacci, not on TD. I haven't figured it out yet, but there's Fibonacci levels which the banks use as buys and sells, and they usually bounce off of the fib levels. Interesting. Yeah, I like on this channel, I'll be completely legit with you guys. I'm not gonna tell you something that's not true, but yeah, BBIG, the downtrend is definitely intact. I sold at 975. I mean, obviously we could see a bounce with any stock, but long term, I would say no. Situm keeps moving up. We'll take a look at Situm. Situm on the 1 day looks decent. Definitely kind of overextended. I'd love to see it pull back into this 239 level before I bought. But yeah, the chart definitely looks really, really good. Man, look at this perfect bull flag breakout. I don't know why we have fib levels on. We need to take those off. Yeah, looks good. I said I'd love to see a pull back. RSI is pretty overextended. See a pull back to like this 238 level before I would probably buy. You could still average in though if you like it. Still looks like a really positive uptrend. Situm is the one with the really good earnings, if I'm not sure. So, yeah. So I guess with this, our June earnings are really, really good. We started to see some good revenue. I'd want to see a follow through. So I want to see if September still yields the same results before I'd go long. But the chart looks decent, for sure. Yeah, September is going to be a lot of questions answered. A lot of these growths tried to break out right here. We end up not being able to fake out. Yeah, there's a lot of these stocks that I'm curious to see their September earnings calls. Yeah, lots of good stocks out there. For sure. If you guys got any questions, let me know. If you guys are just tuning in. Quantum Scope? Yeah, we'll look at Quantum Scope here in 1 second. I don't think I've ever looked at like Quantum Scope. I just always see it, but I know didn't Kathy Woods have some at some time? I think is it maybe a growth stock? I don't know. Let me give me 1 second. We'll look at Quantum Scope together. Quantum Scope, okay. QS. Then looking at some other names, MRM's kind of bouncing, but MRM's definitely could shoot up in after hours. Upstart is cranking up. Jeez. I think Upstart is going to definitely... I think right now, Upstart, some 320 puts on October would actually be a good idea. And I don't usually buy puts, but... okay, I definitely would buy puts for... Alright, let's look... If you guys are tuning in, welcome. Let's take a look at Quantum Scope. Quantum Scope, geez, $130 down to 26. Really bullish today. We're hitting our 200-day moving average, which is good. I'd want to see a follow through. Our big pivot's going to be this 30 level coming up. If we can pivot over 30, we should be good to go. Want to see, yeah, nice. We started in a higher low right here, another higher low. So ideally, you want to see a higher low. But yeah, nice. We hit our 200-day moving average, so that's at least bullish for it. It's been in a big downtrend, but let's go ahead and take a look at our financials. So 10 billion market cap. Wow, 10 billion. No revenue again, so can't be too bullish on it if it has no revenue. Only 400 employees for a $10 billion market cap. I can't believe it was almost valued at 60 billion. So wouldn't say I would be buying right now. AMC is not going to be the greatest buy right now. Actually, let's clear out all these drawings so we can see a clearer view. Yeah, we did have a nice higher low, so we do see a, honestly a higher low, a higher low. If you were going to enter AMC, make sure your stop is at 37.50. Some big levels for AMC to claim. This 50 level is really big to claim for AMC. If we do claim that 50, we could see all-time highs, but after we claim that 50, we haven't been able to do it for the last couple months, or 5-6 months. But yeah, definitely looks okay if you put your stop loss under 37. One more, please. Sure, you can ask as many as you want. Thanks, Joe, for the subscribe. Appreciate it. Let's go ahead and take a look at NTRA. Appreciate everyone being here. Almost 50 viewers. Crazy. Interior, sure. I like looking at these long-term growths, anyways. So we're gonna look. So a nice chart from these COVID lows all the way at 18. Actually, looks like we're trying to break out on the daily. We are trying to break out. Perfect breakout though. If we do claim this 130 level, we're trying really hard to break out here. So let's go ahead and, this is a longer term stock. So let's go to. I like to look at their market cap first. So 11 billion, perfect. We could definitely make a lot of money on this. Year-over-year growth, I wouldn't say it's hyper growth, but definitely a growth stock. Really nice. Our cash on hand, looks okay. Cost of revenue is a little high, but yeah, overall nice. I don't have too much time to look at it, but yeah, it looks decent. So new CEO also could have changed up things. It's been really nice, but yeah, super in trend stock. Want to see it reclaim this 130 level. Subscribe. Yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you. But yeah, that looks like a pretty good stock for a long-term play. And that's like, it's not probably the most, we could probably find a lot more growth otherwise, but yeah, really good stock. And then even within hyper growth, you want to definitely, like, for example, XP is real estate. You kind of want to, you're going to have different sectors in your hyper growth stock portfolio or growth portfolio. Definitely. So yeah, I do like that stock. It looks very good. Uptrend, yeah. I mean, we've also been consolidating. Looks like kind of, yeah, I would say a bull flag. Really big bull flag on this weekly. I mean, once we could break out of this 130, we could definitely see 150 plus for sure if we do break out of there. It's a lot of resistance, though, right there at that 130 level. But if we do break out, would be surprised if we see 150s the following weeks. Be a really strong breakout. Be an even decent place to buy calls. I don't really play. I know some people want me to do an options video. I don't do much options on this channel. I've never really been in options. I've been more of equity. If I do play options, I'm gonna buy leaps, and what a leap is if it's over a year contract. And I'll do it on some hypergrowth stocks. Problem with leaps or options in general is timing the market is really hard. Time in the market is better than timing. So that's why with options it's a little bit hard. But if you do buy leaps, I do see, some potential possibly. Because I mean, if you make like if its stock doubles in a year on your leaps, you're gonna make a lot of money, probably 10,000%. I'd have to look at the theta and see how that affects the options. But anyways, I think I need to do some more educational videos on here so you guys can take a look at those options. And the strike price is really hard. You can go in the money options. You can do different straddles. There's a lot of stuff. So definitely interesting. Yes. Yeah, that does look like a good stock, Keith. And Susan. All right, cool. I also appreciate all the subs coming in. I really appreciate it. I'll keep saying it too because I really do appreciate it. 371. Yeah, well, goal is trying to get monetized, but we'll see. Yeah. Again, 45 people couldn't. That's awesome. If you guys got any questions at all, any tickers, anything like that, just go ahead and let me know. We have 47 people, so I appreciate everyone being here. If you guys got any tickers at all, any questions, I will say, since everyone's in here, I am swinging DATS and CEI. So I have DATS at about 750, CEI at $1, sub $1, and then I am swinging Wish 2 with a 6 average. So those are going to be my stocks, my swings that I hope can, that are going to do really good in the end of December. Haven't seen any quality day trade set up today, but yeah, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. I know we've been talking about a lot of growth stocks, because one of my favorite ones, APPS, has been doing really, really well lately, which I'm excited to see. Yeah, definitely. I even almost to the point where buying puts on Upstart, so maybe 300 October puts would be a good idea. Like I said, it's usually stocks that you think are, not going to go up anymore, tend to go higher, and that aren't going to go down tend to go lower. So it's hard to time those tops, but Upstart definitely is going to need to, cool off a bit. Every stock hits its 200 moving average eventually. So wouldn't be surprised if we start to cool down or even hit that 200 moving average. So, CEI. Yeah, CEI, actually, we were breaking out. I talked about that. Let's pull up this chart on here. I'll look at the chat here in a sec. But yeah, CEI is doing really, really well. I said that once we broke this resistance line, which we did today, should be doing really good. So we obviously broke this long-term resistance line. We pushed up. Our next key pivot is obviously $1.80. Could see a lot of room. How's BB and Adder? Adder looks bad. BB's doing good. We're starting to curl up a bit. TMC, don't want to play that right now. I want to see for a solid dip, because that thing could still keep dipping. We want to make sure we buy into strength. We'll go look at GoEv, and then we'll talk about what I look in day trade setups. That's a great question as well. GoEv looks okay. I wouldn't buy. This chart looks pretty bad. Would be interesting. So what I'm looking in for a day trade, so let's go to something that's been really volatile. Let me look it up. It's great. It's a great question as well. What do you look for in a day trade? And thanks for all the subs coming in too. Appreciate it. So let's look for something in a day trade. So there's different patterns, but usually what I want to see in a day trade would be something like, man, is there any good examples I've seen today? So usually I could find it. So let's just go back. There's different patterns I look for. You could probably look on. So on a day trade, what we want to see is a flag. So usually on a good day trade, there's this long-term resistance line. We break it, so there should be a lot of room to move up. Let's just go to BB and look. So, man, there's no good examples, but pretty much what I'm looking for is, if you go to stock patterns, I'm waiting for something to form and a good risk reward. So I was just trying to find something with a flag, but what we want to look at is these chart patterns. So what I really look for is I look for flags or pennants, or triple bottom. So if you study these charts, it's really how price action moves. But if we just, man, I wish I could find a good example of a bull flag. Let's just go to RMO. So, okay, here's kind of a bull flag, but what I look is here. Here's our bull flag. Here's our resistance line and our support line. What you want to do in a bull flag is you usually want them to set up. The tighter they coil, which this one's been coiling for a while, the more explosive the move was up. So I want to make sure that my stop loss is, at the bottom of this. So I'd put a stop loss at maybe like 530, and then so just some simple things. The day trade's hard. There's a lot of things you can look at. I could go more into that on a video, but typically I'm looking for a pattern, making sure that I have a good risk reward on my stop loss. Do you ever short? Yeah, I do short. The only thing I short is I'll short UVXY. So usually whenever UVXY pops, and you guys are going to say this can get explosive. Yes, it can. So I manage my risk. But as you can see, UVXY, whenever it pops, we have some, we just look over the last. Whenever I shorted some up here, whenever the UVXY has these big pops, I short them, and the next day they're always back down usually. It just measures the put to call ratio, which is the VIX, but this is on a leverage level. So I use UVXY a lot to short. Only thing I really short, and over a long term it decays, so you can also make a lot off of this on a short. I tend not to short anything low float, which means that there's not a lot of shares. So like there's stocks with like so if we're talking about things that can move quick, let's talk about like Wells Fargo, whatever. They have like 50 million shares or whatever, compared to a stock like CEI who might only have 1 million shares. It's really easy for low float stocks to move quick, and also low market cap. So if you're shorting a low market cap stock with a low float, you could get trapped pretty easy. And there's, you know how sometimes you can't short because there's no shorts available. Sometimes you can't get out of your short. That's a whole other problem that arises. So no, I don't generally short, I would say, but there's definitely you know, if you think the market's gonna go down, if you think the market's going to go down, you can still make money without shorting. So you can look at the PSQ. There's a lot of these reversed indexes. So let's look at the PSQ. So this follows the QQQ, but just downwards. There's some like that. I don't know them off the top of my head. So you can still, or you can go long on the UVIX too. So there's definitely some hedging opportunities. Appreciate everyone being in here. I don't think I've ever had 50 viewers, so I really appreciate that. If you got any other questions, you can go ahead and let me know. But yeah, CEI looks good on that breakout. If you guys want to talk about anything, if you guys want to see a different ticker up here, just let me know. And I also appreciate all the subscribes coming through. That really means a lot. Means a lot. Yeah, Adder's still working on that cup and handle pattern. Don't really see it. Like I said, Adder, I've been saying, you can ask anyone who's been here for a while. I don't really like it. Yeah, and then it's the guy person who asked me about day trading. The best thing I would say is looking back at if you're gonna want to the best advice for day trading is you need to make sure that you know your stock patterns, and once it forms a nice pattern and you have a good risk reward. If you guys look at my support and resistance video, but pretty much there's support and resistance on a stock, and the closer you can buy to the support line, the tighter your stop is. So let's just say there's support at $10 on a stock, and I buy at $10.05, and I put my stop loss at $9.99. I'm not going to lose that much. Now, if the near support is $10 and the stock's at $12, well, there's not a good risk reward. Does that make sense? So the easiest way, the best example I can give, there's a lot of different ways to find support, but for something like Amazon, right? Let's say I'm playing Amazon calls last year. I did so. For a while there, these still are our support and resistance lines. So let's look. I see that we bounced off of this line twice. I'm not going to buy up here, but I'm going to wait for it to dip down here. If it can dip down here at this 28.60 level, if I risk off 28.50, I'm only risking $30, and we've been bouncing off of here for a potential gain of 25%. So the closer you can get to this support line and buy and have your stop loss right under it, your better risk reward. And then same thing here. If you sell at the top, you could also short here at the top. So yeah, that's the best way. Make sure you're, IRNT. Make sure your risk reward is good. IRNT, sure. IRNT. IronNet. We need to remove these drawings. I don't really like these low float SPACs that have been running. They've just been running off of momentum, but it doesn't look like a bad. If you are bullish, it's not a bad spot to buy right here. Make sure if you're gonna buy it here, make sure you risk off 25. But yeah, we could see it looks okay. This the setup right here. Just make sure you're risking off $25. But I still, man, I don't know. I really don't like how there's this lower low right here. But yeah, I mean, if you're gonna risk off, even let's see. I need to get a better trend line, but yeah, it kind of broke the trend right there, right? So I'm honestly going to say no, because we broke this. We have this trend line. We broke it. So I think we will see some more downside. I would be interested in buying right there. CEI looks really good. I know we have a lot of people holding CEI too, so yeah, Tesla's down 0.5%. A lot of these growth names getting beat up today. Interesting. I know SPY is like going crazy today, unless SPY is taking a dip right now. But DATS looks good as well. These 8, I said DATS and Wish. DATS is my favorite swing right now. Yeah, SPY is still up there, crazy. CEI, that CEI looks good. Like I said, we've been waiting for our next leg up. Like I said, whenever we're consolidating, what we're waiting for is those moving averages to catch back up. So, the longer consolidation, the more explosive the move. And we've already had an explosive move off of CEI, so this consolidation is really, really good. Really, really good. Also, so many subs coming in. I wish they'd all show up on Streamlabs, but I do appreciate everyone being here. So much clickbait on YouTube. I should just start clickbaiting. I'd have so many followers. Jeez. I promise I'll never clickbait. Like, I see guys like being like I think that's definitely a problem in today's world. Like, all these people on TikTok, they're they're just telling people the wrong info. Like, they're saying like adder to $100 or stuff like that. They're just making unrealistic things, and then when people get caught bag holding, because I don't know, it's kind of ridiculous. Cool. You guys got any questions? If you're just tuning in, let me know. We'll go over any chart, any financials. If the company looks like it has a solid chart. If the chart's been going down for 5 years, there's no need to look at the financials. We can already make an educated guess that the financials are going to be pretty trash. If you guys got anything at all, just let me know. Yeah, we should. I think I'm going to stream till 12 today, so we'll stream for another 2.5 hours. Definitely haven't been able to stream as much as I wanted this week, and I won't. Yeah, Mondays and Wednesdays I really can't stream. It's really hard because I have school. So Mondays and Wednesdays I might just get on for an hour, or maybe I'll just post a video at the end of the night or something, because it's kind of hard to stream, but I'd like to stream every day. So that's kind of hard. Yeah, Snap was doing good today. Up at 79, DAC at 78. But yeah, Upstart puts definitely for October. I would definitely start thinking about, could be a potential. Okay, still waiting for the hot. Yeah, I know if they come in. I banned them last time, so it looks like they're not going to be coming back in. Good for us. I'm waiting for people. I get it. People get mad that I spam on stock Twitch, but it's really hard to grow my YouTube channel. But people they get so mad that I spam. I can't believe I haven't gotten banned on stock Twitch yet. Usually people leave dislikes. They get mad. Let's see. Appreciate everyone being here as well. If you guys got any questions at all, let me know. Perfect. Mr. Infinity, yeah. Great. I know like a lot, not all the subs come up on here. I know like donos and stuff do, but I mean, it's very interesting for sure. All right, I also need to get another computer so I can put the chat. If you guys got any questions, let me know. If you guys are coming in, if you guys got any charts, any suggestions, we can look over. So I got all the time. CER is starting to actually, on this 4 hour, starting to curl up as well. Wow, we're about to get bullish on there. So yeah, it looks really good on CEI. MACD's about to cross on the 4 hour. And that's another, you'll see people with tons of indicators on their screen. The only indicators I really use is the 200-day moving average. That kind of is pretty significant if a stock's bullish or bearish. I use a thing called RSI, which is Relative Strength Index. It kind of shows us where the best buys are going to be at. It shows if it has a lot of relative strength. Usually you don't want to buy a stock that's like on the 1 day below like a 20 RSI. You want right in the middle of the RSI is pretty good. That means that it's got good relative strength. Now for dip buys, as RSI does decrease, it is a better time to buy into. And then MACD is kind of when the MACD crosses the exponential, like when it crosses over, the stock turns bullish. So it's good to look at that. So yeah, you'll see people with lots of indicators and stuff. And that's just personal preference. I like drawing the lines on the stocks. support and resistance lines, but then I also like to use RSI and MACD combined. Usually don't use MACD too much, but definitely use RSI a lot. MACD. There's called Bollinger Bands, which show if a stock is overextended. There's lots of different indicators to be used. I guess you just have to figure out which ones you like. And I honestly don't know of much indicators how to use them properly. So I mean, I'm sure there's tons of indicators out there, which is really cool. On TD Ameritrade, even on TradingView, there's lots of different opportunities, which I think is very neat. There's always different stuff to use. Appreciate everyone being here. Again, what is your favorite long-term growth stock, assuming we enter a recession in the next 6 months? My favorite growth stock is APPS. I've been preaching about it. I have lots of shares. I have APPS down in like this $8 range, but love this this stock. We're starting to really start breaking out right here. And that shows we can go over the earnings, but just trust me, the earnings on APPS, and then Futu is a China name that's got beaten down, but this should be $500 a share in my opinion. But yeah, I'd say APPS and Futu second, just because it's a Chinese name and we know what happens. What is your year-to-date return for your portfolio? We'll talk about that. Thoughts on Situm? I'll look at that. Why TMC falling so terrible? Give up, hold it? I would. The thing with TMC is there's no financials to back it up. It was a pure hype play. If you guys are curious about my year-to-date results, I need to actually change this a bit, but if you guys go to my Twitter, links in bio of this video, and you go down, let's find it. If you go here, nope, shoot, that's not what I wanted. Dang it. Give me one sec. Here it is. Okay, sorry. I created this, you can see like a year ago. But this is my growth. I have a swing trading account, and then I have a growth stock, a hyper growth stock list. So it's up 168% this year, and this is my all of my stocks in here. I need to update this a bit. It's a little bit outdated. I need to add some stocks on here. Like I know I don't some more stocks, but yeah, I'd be up 168% this year. I would have been up almost close to 250% at the top of this year, if not more. So that is free information if you guys want to look. I've done lots of research, and then my swing portfolio and my day trading portfolio is, I think, up maybe 80%. Not much, but I also take out a lot of my profits. I don't let it compound. I move it back to my growth. So, yeah, not bad. Not bad. But yeah, I need to update that growth portfolio. But like I said, if you guys are looking for hyper growth stocks, that's where you can make lots of money. That's where I make all my big bag plays. I mean, everyone likes to swing stocks and trade stocks, but if you really were looking to, make solid money in a modest amount of time, hyper growth stocks, and I'm going to make a video how to find them, but you pretty much just make sure that the hyper growth stocks, that their revenue is up, 100% year over year, their net margin, their profit's good, their cash on hand's pretty solid. Not too much rocket science looking at that. A lot of people will make it. Whoever unliked this video, I appreciate it. Signing off, quiet today. Have some arenas work on. Cheers all. Thanks, James. We'll see you tomorrow. I'll be live tomorrow. Thanks for topping in. At what price? Wish breakout. So yeah, APS and Futu definitely long term. Oh shoot. Hey, James. Before you leave, look at this. Yeah, wow. So I was talking, you guys. I have Wish at a $6 swing. I have a lot, so I didn't even see. Nice bullish engulfing candle right here. I think this is Wish's breakout right here. If we can really reclaim this 8 level, we're going to look really bullish. But yeah, it looks super, super good on Wish. I don't know why that just popped, but yeah, I have shares at $6. I'm holding about 1,000 shares. So yeah, great. Up about $300 so far. Just looked. So yeah, great. Wish, Wish, DATS. What's a good entry point for Futu and apps? That's a good question. For APPS, I'm really for these hyper growth stocks, I don't really care about entry. Just time in the market on these is better than timing the market. We broke out of this long-term support. Anywhere in here is a good buy for APPS, in my opinion. If you could see it for a couple dollars cheaper, I think it's going to go much higher. The problem with Futu is these China names have had a lot of problems, but I think this is a good spot. I mean, I think there's not anything low 90s would be good. But with these stocks, I'm really just bullish on them. So I mean, anytime that there's a chance that it dips, I'm gonna honestly add. Yeah, Wish, nice breakout. Yeah, it looks really good. Nice bullish engulfing candle on the 1 day. Sweet. I like what I see. Yeah, and like I said, I think that's why I said $6 for Wish, in my opinion, is going to be a big curling. There's very undervalued, so yeah, lots of good things. And Wish just caught up to 200-day moving average on the 1 hour, so pretty bullish on that. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Appreciate everyone being here, and also all the subs. Crazy support today. Appreciate it. Yeah, and that's another thing is the whole Chinese things. Like we've seen like Tao Education $40 to $2. 1 second. So these China names could go a lot lower too. So it's gonna be hard to find the bottom. But with these Chinese names, especially like TIGR and Futu is my favorite growth stocks from China. Any dip, right now we're down a lot. So I think as long as you're just averaging in maybe for the next month or two, you should have a good entry. And once these China names start to go, Futu is going to be the first one to go, and it's going to crank upwards. So I just don't want to miss out. That's also FOMO, but just make sure if you're going to enter a position on any of these plays these long terms, just make sure maybe you're maybe taking 20% of your position today, maybe 10% next week, or however or just do it all if you want to get it over with, whatever. But I would just ideally say enter it's really hard to find a buying zone in some of these growth stocks. So just make sure you're averaging in. Time in the market on these are just going to do better than trying to time it. It's the best advice I could probably give. Yeah, RMO Power is doing really well as well. I don't know what Romeo's. Must have been news. That stock starts trending for some reason. Yeah, if you guys got any questions at all, let me know. Yeah, CEI looks good, but yeah, Wish definitely that breakout today looks really good. I didn't see that, but we were just looking at Wish's revenue and its market cap and stuff. If you guys go back, it's crazy undervalued. I think that $25 would be a fair price. I think it should be closer to like the 50s, 60s though, based on their peers, the e-commerce's PE ratios or their EBITDA. That's a whole other story. Usually market caps and e-commerce trade like 30 times its revenue, and Wish right now is trading like 1.5 times its revenue. So, yeah, very interesting for sure. Okay, love it. Thanks for answering questions. I'll be back next time you're on. Yeah, you're very welcome. I'm on every day at 7 o'clock. About, I'd say 15 minutes before market open, sometimes 30. That kind of depends. Also, yeah, my Twitter, if you guys... I got good information on my Twitter if you guys are looking. Be a good one to follow. But yeah, if you guys got any questions, let me know. I don't know how much longer we're going to be live today. We'll have to see. Like I said, there's a lot of people in here. Lots of subs, so I really appreciate it. Yeah, nice. Wish is looking super well. I'm going to put on CEI on the other chart. If you guys are tuning in here, you guys got any other questions, let me know. Yeah, we broke over this resistance line on CEI. Our next obvious pivot is going to be $1.80. Looks pretty good. So both of my swings right now are doing really good, and I know DATS is doing well, is doing okay as well. So yeah, definitely lots of things to look forward to. Yeah, I think DATS is my favorite swing. I mean, I mean, Wish is starting to look really good, but it's just been in such a downtrend. I don't know, but DATS is definitely, we're in a solid uptrend. Stuff like that looks really good. So curious to see how that plays out for us. Someone asked on Twitter if I'm looking for a BBIG dip. I'm not. I really think that plays out of trend. Yeah, that's my honest answer. Kind of unfortunate. Okay. MRM, please. TMC, I'm just going to tell you right now. TMC, thanks, Green. We'll look at all of these. We'll look at MRM, but TMC is out of play. It's just a low float momentum stock. It's been beaten down. Don't really like it. MRM, we're going to touch our 200-day moving average here. So, maybe at 12.27, there's a possible dip buy, but we still have a big gap down all the way down to $10. So I'm not interested in MRM at these levels. RMO and ENSC, we can take a look. I already looked at Romeo. I don't like it. ENSC. We'll take a look at that. ENSC. Let's go to the 1 year. We're starting to see. We start a nice bullish engulfing candle, but still the chart is pretty messed up. We want to make sure that you hold this like 350 level. This chart's still pretty beaten down. Don't really like it too much. Still bullish on BB. We'll look at RMO. I see that. BB. I don't know if bullish is the word. I think it has potential. If we look on this 1 year graph, we broke over this resistance line. It's got to hold at 1050 for me, in my opinion. I'd put a stop at 1050. But yeah, it could move up potentially higher since we broke that. For me, RMO, we looked at the revenue and the earnings on RMO. If you're looking for a long-term hold, really beaten down graph. Don't really see any. I mean, we curled up a little bit today, but we do have a gap to fill pretty soon. But not bullish overall. Not really. Yeah, I mean, and this is just my honest opinions. I'm not gonna really give you guys wrong answers. Some people will, but I'll just be straightforward with you guys. Yeah, which looks good as well. Yeah, appreciate everyone being here. Yeah, we can look at Sidum. And if it's a good, good graph overall, we can check earnings. So yeah, I said Sidum looks really, really good. If we go, let's just go to Sidum stock. We'll check out the earnings again, but if we go to Sidum, so we're 400 million market cap. So we're gonna take that in mind. 400 million. The problem is here is, yeah, we had a really, really good June. We got some decent cash on hand. What I want to see is that the problem with this is actually what I really like is our cost of revenue went down a lot. Same cost of revenue, but 7 more revenue. Earnings look decent. What we're going to really want to see is that September has good earnings as well, because June was really good. We're going to want to see a follow through. Market cap's pretty pricey for how much revenue, but this growth status looks really good. On this chart, really nice uptrend. I would like to see us possibly bounce off this support line again. So I'd be a buyer in this maybe 225 to 235 range if I was going to buy. I do think there's probably potential for more growth. When I'm talking about growth, I know there's a lot of you guys coming in. You're going to hear the word growth, but for something like Futu, if we're looking at a really healthy company, and we're just talking about long term here, we're not talking about day trading, swing trading, but if we look at Futu, over year, we're up almost 250% on year-over-year revenue. So that's extreme growth. Same with our cost of revenue is really low. Cash on hand's a lot. We had a big lot. We didn't have too big of a quarter on June, but still had a lot of revenue. So curious to see if Futu can bounce back. But that's what I'm talking about, a hyper growth stock. Our NAS. Yeah, sure, no problem. We can look at all of these. We'll take a look at our NAS. We'll go one at a time. Our NAS. So yeah, we had a nice candle today. Yeah, we had a nice flag. Let's close all of these off. We're gonna wait. So right now, obviously we're really overextended. We had a nice bull flag break. RSI is doing good as well. Perfect flags. What I'd want to see here is we keep making these higher highs. So if you were gonna enter this position, you're gonna want to make sure that this last low. So do we see how this was our last low? So we're gonna want to make sure our stop is right at 450. If we would have entered right here, we want to make sure our stop is 364. So if you're going to enter here, it's very volatile. Make sure that your stop loss is close at 4.5. If I look at we do have a lot of, we don't really have any resistance all the way up. So a decent play, just make sure that you have a stop loss intact and know how much you're willing to lose, because this is a very volatile play. But yeah, it looks okay. And NTNX, we can look at that. NTNX. So we had a nice from COVID lows. I'm curious why we dipped so much up into 2008, unless it's a financial firm. 2018. Let's go. And I just want to look. It looks like a decent chart, so we'll look at the earnings. It's had a turnaround for sure. So let's go to NTNX stock, and then again, it's pretty basic. I'm not going fully in depth because we have a lot of questions here, but when I go to the NTN, when I look to the stocks, our market cap is about 9 billion. So our growth year to year is really not much. We're only growing about 5-6%. Revenues being beat. But net income, we're not having any net income. Our cash on hand is decreasing every quarter. So for me, it's not really a buy. I don't really like it. The chart looks okay, but overall, I really wouldn't put a buy on it. Let's go ahead and look at naked. And I'm probably gonna say this is not bullish on here. I'll just be straight up with you guys, but okay. Let's go to this 1 year, 1 day. Gives us a better view. So the only thing, right, we had a nice candle today. We're starting to see a little bit more volume. If you're gonna enter, your stop has to be at 50 cents, but it doesn't look terrible. We do see some pops. There's a good, the support level right here. At, as close as you can buy to the support level, we tend to bounce off of there. So right here, while we're kind of in the middle, I wouldn't buy. But, I mean, if there's a catalyst or something, we have been curling up for a while, we could see a big jump, but not crazy bullish on it as well. But, yeah, definitely looks okay if you buy at that support. Therapeutics. So, yeah, okay, this is interesting as well because we did gap down 40. I've actually been looking, so, yeah. This looks really, really good. If we have a big gap to fill at this 33 level, so if we can actually claim this 33, which we're looking to do pretty quick, we have a huge gap up possibility. So if you are going to buy this, make sure that, I think a good stop would be probably at this 30.15 level. But yeah, we definitely have a chance to hit this gap. So would be a good opportunity to buy some shares for this gap up. Does look good as well. Does promise a good entry. SPY, let's look at SPY. CI looks good as well. Looked at SPY. Yeah, SPY's doing really, really good. We closed that gap today, but yeah, thanks for all the subs coming in too. Really, really appreciate it, guys. Yeah, very interesting. Lots of movement today. Yeah, 383 subs. Really, really appreciate it, guys. You guys are killing it. Yeah, the problem with TMC is once so with momentum, TMC went $10 to 50, right, or whatever. We had a lot of momentum, but once that momentum and volume dries up, it's gonna go down really, really quick. So that's why, there's not a reason for it to bounce up. So for stuff like that, TMC, really think the trend's over. Maybe we could see a 10-15% bounce, sure, but I don't know if we're gonna get back to those all-time highs for a while. But yeah, once that momentum's over, it's kind of done. And then, yeah, super, super happy about Wish. I'm glad that's trending again. People are getting excited, but those $6 ads are looking really, really nice now. If we hit that $8 pivot, though, I'll probably be looking to add some more for a higher move up. We did some DD on Wish today before we had too many people tune in this morning. We really looked into Wish, and it's crazy how undervalued it is. Should be at least trading 25 if its PE ratio is at 20. So very undervalued. SPY looks like it's getting heavy though. Could have a drop off in after hours. What about EWOL? Yeah, a lot of these penny float stocks that you're telling me about is just going to be in downtrend stocks. Sometimes they have big jumps, but oh, that one doesn't come up. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go blow my nose. Give me a sec, guys. Okay, that one didn't come up. You'll have to give me a different ticker. Yeah, I also apologize. I know I'm kind of raspy today. Kind of coming down with something, unfortunately. Hopefully that volume is good too. Like I said, my Twitter's in the link in bio as well if you guys are interested. But yeah, I moved my whole setup. It's just a lot more easy for me, and I feel like my voice is inconsistent, but now I can just sit in my chair, so my voice should be pretty consistent, like I'm not leaning in or anything. So I feel like if you guys are like, I'm not gonna hit you guys with like the super loudness. Yeah, DATS is starting to curl up as well. So yeah, Wish, DATS, and CEI doing really, really good today on our swings. Very happy about that. So yeah, those are my 3 swings, and then obviously I hold a lot of growth in my other. I have a growth portfolio that I just find growth stocks to let them sit, and then I also have my swing and day trading. So yeah, everything is coming intact as well. So we're up a lot of money on all of our stuff. We do make good money on day trading. I remember like last week we made 90%, but off of one trade. We do pretty good on that as well. So try to be versatile around here. Make it higher. Yeah, if the volume like that, I can move it up all the way up here. I don't know if that's gonna change. I definitely need to get a better mic. No, you're fine. We'll look at Owl. No worries. Ooh, okay. So this is okay. So what I can see is that let's just look at. We're gonna have to look. Over the counter plays are hard. So what is this? Market cap is $8,000. Is that true? $8,000. I don't know. No revenue. We had no revenue. We had a lot of revenue in September though, more than the market cap. Let's see how much cash on hand we have. No cash on hand really. Operating income, yeah, it doesn't look great, but I still have never seen a market cap of $8,000. Like I could buy that market cap. That's what, yeah, Shep. You just gotta say it once. I'll look at it though for you. Interesting. And yeah, I like Tesla for the long term too. So let's go ahead and just take a look at Tesla. Tesla looks really, really nice. Actually, we broke our falling wedge back here in July. And we've been following this support up. So yeah, support. We've been following the support line. Our next big pivot, if we can reclaim this kind of 800 area, we should see a bigger push. But yeah, Tesla looks great. Long term, Tesla is very good. Looks really good. MDGS. And if you guys are giving me tickers, you got to tell me if it's long term, short term. MDGS looks terrible. Hate to cap. I mean, right here, if you're a buyer at this $1.24, possibly there's some support, but it doesn't look good. Okay, let's look at Dash. Dash chat popped off as well, so Dash is looking good for our swing. This 888 is a big pivot for our next leg up too. So curious to see how that closes in. LOL. Is that the buy the market cap and cash out the shares to see how many naked shorts keep trading? I've never seen a market cap of $8,000. If you guys are down, we could all just we could honestly, I think we could shoot this thing up to like 1,000% if everyone bought like a couple $1,000 worth of shares. We could shoot that. We could do some manipulation in the market. We could all manipulate it. Yeah, that's crazy. $8,000. I'm not saying I have a lot of money, but I can tell you one thing. I can buy that market cap. It's pretty funny. Maybe I could buy out that company. They have a lot of operating expenses though. I'm going to be in debt pretty quick. Is that your company? Wait, I'm curious. Is that your company that you're holding? If that's your company, let me buy in and do a press release real quick. And then I'll delete this video so the IRS can't find me. If you guys are just tuning in, welcome. I really do appreciate all the subs. It's crazy. Last couple weeks ago, we had about 20 followers. I was pulling like 2 viewers. Now we're pulling like 50. So I really appreciate everyone being here. Long term for MDGS. Thanks to you. Got in at Wish at sub 6. Great thoughts on trades. You were very welcome. You're welcome. Start the hedge. Let's do it, JC. Let's do it. Yeah, like short term, long term is a little bit different. We'll look at MD. What are the? Oh my god, I love it. I love how many questions there are. The chat is popping off. I do love this. Okay. Yeah, so you're very welcome, Charlotte. I'm glad I got Wish sub 6 too. I'm glad that everyone's making money. I think I really haven't lost yet on this channel, so we look really good. We can start on MDGS. I'm not gonna have time to do too much, but what I just want to do is we'll go to MDGS stock and long term. Wow. Okay. If this is true, I don't know why this. So our revenue is 1.2 million. Okay, but 3,000%. We had a really, really big jump, and our cash on hand is pretty well as well. Okay. I would like to do some more research on this later if this market cap comes out to be decent. No market cap. Yeah, actually looks decent. That's a lot of. I want to see September's earnings, but yeah, off of that, it looks okay for the long term. You'd have to, if you follow me on Twitter, guys. If you follow me on Twitter, I'm gonna make an actual DD video tonight on a lot of these stocks. If there's like something like this that I'm interested in, I'll throw it in the video, but I'll actually take time to look at the financials. It looks interesting. Looks good for the long term. I don't have too much time to look into it. Fisker short term. So I'm just gonna tell you right now, Fisker has like $1,000 in revenue, so I don't like it long term. Short term, we have this gap up, which is nice today. I definitely think that we could be able to go to 16, but more than 16, not really. Our RSI is crawling up pretty quick. Long term, Fisker is definitely a no. Start the hedge. I am down. What was the company that happened to? EAR or something? I forgot. Some guy bought all the shares and the next day millions traded after he took ownership. Yeah, there was like, dude, there's been some companies like that. Well, because once you buy all the shares, you're like the CEO, so all the debt is actually put into your name. There was something that's called, look at the Piggly Wiggly. Look up the Piggly Wiggly. There was like, it was something with a short squeeze. A guy bought in, but then he ended up buying too much and he became the CEO and he became bankrupt because his company was out of money. Some crazy stuff. You got to make sure in the over-the-counter world that you're not buying the whole float, because if you're buying the whole float, finding someone else to take that majority ownership off of you is going to be near impossible. Yeah, very interesting concept. I haven't had to worry about that too. Well, with Amazon, sometimes when I'm buying Amazon shares, I got to make sure I don't buy up the float, But other than that, I'm pretty good. Yeah. Oh, appreciate all the subs coming in, guys. We're about to hit 400. Oh, that would be sweet. I'm trying to get monetized. We'll see. Maybe it'd be pretty sweet. Okay, let's go ahead and look at chat again. No, just kidding. Did he talk about Adder? Just bought Wish long term. Yep, I had Mern at 30 last year. That's great. But the thing is you're protecting profits. 30 to 80 is really, really good. So that's really good. Adder I don't like. Yeah, Wish is good. I know that if you guys follow my Twitter, I'll do some more DD when I have some time. But yeah, Wish is really undervalued. We almost you'd have to tweet this to me and we'll look real quick. But yeah, it's pretty crazily overvalued. The fact that we have almost as much revenue as our market cap, we should be a lot more. Again, it's gonna be hard to tell. There's no earnings, $4,000 of earnings, but our market cap is. No market cap. I don't really know. Couldn't tell you on that one. I'd have to actually dig into there. I'd have to dig in. Okay. If you guys are interested, I have all my long terms on my Twitter. So if you guys follow my Twitter, I have my long term portfolio is up probably like 160% this year. So definitely some stuff. Yeah, I'm glad you guys look at. I know some people in here got into Wish sub 6. If you got into Wish sub 6, it's looking pretty good now. DATS is also on the move as well. I like DATS. Yeah, DATS, Wish, and CEI are my swing. But I'm gonna just tell you guys, CEI is a terrible company. We're playing the momentum. Once that hits $2, I'm scaling out half of my position, and after it hits 2. I'm going to make sure that I am scaling out my position and raising my stop loss up, because remember, look at the sundial, look at AMC, not really AMC, but sundial, BBIG. Once these big momentum plays get over with, they can dump 50% pretty quick. So it's important that once we kind of get our targets, which mine is $2, that we're scaling out, raising our stop loss up, especially if we made a lot of money off of it. We got to protect profits. Even with the guy who said that they bought Moderna at $30 and sold at $80, still a huge gain, and you're protecting profits. That's how, if you want to actually become a good trader, protecting profits is probably the hardest thing to do. I mean, I've definitely been in trades that I could have made 1,000%. I ended up making like 20%, right? Something stupid, but profits over a long term of time are always going to pay off. Hey mate, did you talk about Adder already? I just got in. Hello. I just got in your live. Yeah, you're welcome. So I just keep it real on this live. I'm not gonna lie. Adder, in my opinion, is not good. The only thing I was gonna look at for Adder is we have to make sure that this 932 level holds. When a stock is in a bullish trend, we see higher lows. So here's our low, and the next low has to be higher, right? So Super, we have like a higher low, higher low, higher low. So as long as these higher lows hold, we should be good. So we're going to want to make sure 932 holds. It is pretty volatile. Not really too much news. I would tend to stay out of it, but if you are, I mean, honestly, it's going to have to be a really wide stop, but it doesn't look terrible. I wouldn't buy it in myself, to be honest with you. Can you please tell me where I can see your portfolio on Twitter? Sure. I'm not a financial advisor, but if you guys go to my Twitter, I'm going to update it tonight. I've gotten too many requests. I have a lot of growth stocks that I haven't updated in here. I just need to send the copy out. But my portfolio consists of hyper growth stocks, which are going up to 100%, over 100% revenue a year. That's what I mainly focus on. My portfolio is about 160% this year, and then my other portfolio is my swing and day trading. If you guys go here on September 13th, you guys can see all of this. These are my top plays. I definitely need these position sizes are what I have in my portfolio, but that's just based off of my personal preference. All of these stocks in here, I need to update some of them. There's a couple I need to throw in here, but yeah, my year-to-date's about 168%. 5 years probably be crazy. But yeah, that is there. Okay. Thanks. Yeah, you're welcome, Mazer. Also, thanks for all the subs coming in. I appreciate it. So that's there as well. So, but I'm not a financial advisor. Yeah, a lot of potential on those. Let's go to KPLT. Yeah, I mean, it has the adder look. We did fill this gap up, but I mean, really, I see nothing. I mean, we just see lower lows. Look, lower lows, lower lows, lower lows. I don't see anything crazy. I wouldn't go long in this. Really wouldn't go long. Doesn't look too great for me. Possibly a cup and handle. I mean, if we could, the only way I'd go long, we had this double top up here too, which doesn't look great. If we can break this long term, if we can break this resistance line, this falling wedge, maybe I'd buy, but not looking too great. Palantir long term. I know they have that in my portfolio. Yep. Wait, I have Palantir in there. Yeah, I love Palantir long term. I have lots of good growth stocks. BBIG is naked shorted. What do you think? I don't like BBIG. After 975, I stopped out. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on there. Yeah, Palantir, great long term hold. We broke over this huge pivot today. I had someone that has $31 calls. Whoever that is on my stream absolutely killed it today. Super, super high growth on Palantir. Glad that I have that in there. A little bit of overextended on the 5 minute, but yeah, we have a lot of room up all the way back up to 45. So looks really good. Not a financial. Yeah, I need to fix that. I know, like, I'm really worried about not being able to get monetized. I need to definitely put, like, I don't really want Discord. Come on. Yeah, I need to put, like, a big ol' I am not a financial advisor. But the thing is I almost am, though. Bloom Energy, give me the ticker. I almost am a financial advisor, but I'll see. Yeah, Palantir looks really good. Lots of subs coming in. Appreciate it as always. Love to hit 400. So if you guys like the content, I am live at 7 o'clock every day. About 15 minutes before market open. I'll be live Mondays and Wednesdays. I'm not live much because I got school and work. Oh my! I don't want Discord. As much as I like this new MacBook Mini I bought, like, I just sometimes switching over to iOS from Google's kind of I don't know. Like, I get this and there's nowhere to exit. Like, why would there be nowhere to exit? Ugh. How annoying. Okay, cool. If you guys are just tuning in, you guys got any questions, let me know. Yeah, I saw a lot of followers on Twitter, so feel free to all those growth stocks in Twitter. I've spent lots of time looking at. Like I said, I need to adjust a little bit. I need to adjust the percents a little bit, and I added some more in my IRA, so I'm gonna make sure that I'll update that. So all the stocks in there should be solid, but I'm gonna go ahead today and I'm gonna look for you guys to make sure that those are up to date. So for example, I know the top plays are probably good, but I just need to update a little bit. So we will do that. I'm just looking up on my phone something, and then I'll look at the chat. We'll start going again. But yeah, DATS looks good as well. I have DATS at 750. I'm holding it probably to 20. I think I like that as a long-term play. Same thing with CEI. Kind of annoying CEI. We had that $1.70 pop. We're kind of sold that off a little bit. I can see on the screen, but long term is still in play. All right. Thanks for everyone being here as well. Let me look. All right. Do you trade crypto, forex, or other markets? Yeah, I'm going to school for it. I want to open up a hedge fund one day. That's the goal. Let's look up BE. Yeah, I'm heavy into crypto. Bloomberg Energy. I think I held this at one point. I know I had it here. Long-term resistance. You see this resistance line? Once we break this, we've been flirting with it recently. We could really make a big move. Yeah, I don't hold anything except Ethereum. I used to hold Bitcoin, but Ethereum right now with NFTs, okay, 3 billion market cap. With all the NFTs and like the applicable things on Ethereum that you can do is really, really good. RMO, it's moving about 20% a year, so decent growth. I still think that's probably a little bit undervalued. Let me look. But yeah, Ethereum is really, I love Ethereum. Our revenue is 747 market cap. So yeah, revenue market cap seems okay. I think it's probably valued right here. I'd probably put this as maybe a double bottom possibly for it. I'd put this maybe as a neutral rating. Wouldn't put a buy or sell on there. Deep in Hedges Tan, I appreciate all of the subs coming through. Yeah, yeah, a lot of these stocks really took off during 2020, came overvalued, and I know like you see that they're on a discount, but really I think BE right now is probably about valued where it should be, in my opinion. And also, it's also important to know that, like, for example, I'm not bullish on 3D printing, but if you're bullish on 3D printing, you're bullish about different things based off, like, your background, stuff like that. Doge to the moon. I can't really say. For crypto, for me, it's a long-term hold, so I like Ethereum. Doge, I think the problem with Doge for me is one where, if we're carrying a meme at $1 billion market cap, the chance that it can double, sure, but now we're at like a $50 billion market cap on Doge, or I don't know what it's at now, but it's hard for it to double. Same thing with AMC. Like AMC was cool and was trading in the $10 range. We could see some really big volatile moves. Now that it's such a big market cap, it's really not moving much. Same thing with Doge, so it's not going to make you rich overnight anymore, if that's what you're getting at. And that's also a nice long-term hold. Nothing's going to make you rich overnight unless some crazy options, but that's just, that's my opinion, I suppose. Nope. There we go. That looks good as well. All right. Yeah, I mean, I'm super bullish on Ethereum. Like, I own a few. I probably own, like, I don't know how much Ethereum I own. Maybe 5, 6. But I bought Ethereum down when it was at, like, $1,000. So, yeah, Ethereum's definitely one of my bigger returns for sure. Love Ethereum. A lot of potential. Also, just because we're on it, I'm actually really bullish on Pokemon right now. I just spent like $500 on Pokemon cards in the last week. It's crazy the value. Like talking about Pokemon cards, especially like I've been buying some Gen 1 cards. The values on those over the years, they increase so much, hundreds of percent. And I think one day like Pokemon's gonna be so big, all these kids, the Gen 1 cards that are like not that. I mean, they still are expensive now. Are gonna be so much more expensive. That's what I love about investing. You can apply just the baseball idea of supply and demand to pretty much anything. You can apply it to toothpaste, right? Yeah, if anyone's into Pokemon, that's pretty cool. I don't know. I've always thought Pokemon was kind of dumb, but I've started to see these, and I kind of like collecting them. So it's my next thing. I'm gonna become the Maybe I should start doing like pack openings on stream. Also, I want to go live on Twitch as well. I know with like Streamlabs, you can integrate both at the same time. That'd be interesting as well. To do. Yeah, Beam Therapeutics. I love Beam. I think is Kathy Long on Beam. I don't know. All those DNA genomics are really, really interesting. Chia, you start a hedge. You start a hedge in crypto. What do you mean by that? You start a hedge in crypto. Don't know what you mean by that. Yeah, if I do make a hedge fund, I'll definitely have crypto in there. Yeah, I do want to make a hedge fund at some point. I mean, it's more of like you're pretty much I think a hedge fund would be so cool. I'd be like the first day trading hedge fund. Start day trading. Probably would just swing trade. I mean, even Kathy swings stocks. I mean, not like we're talking like, month swings and stuff. Like I remember she like buys dips on Netflix, sells the top, stuff like that. But Kathy Wood is such an innovator in the ETF space. I really like her work. I hold lots of ARK too. Not a lot, but down in this last dip, I bought a lot of ARK. What do you XP? Yes. XP long, yes. Yes, XP very long. I love XP. One of my favorite, probably top 5 growth stocks. XP, yes, long. I'm not even gonna go into revenue because you can just look at revenue yourself. You'll be blown away. CLSK, love XP. Such a great stock. They're just like looking at their not their financials, just what they do and how they're innovating the real estate game is really cool. Clean Spark. Wouldn't go long on here with all these. I mean, until we break this falling wedge, I mean, we're at $92. I don't really see anything bullish about this stock. And I already know they're going to have no earnings, which I'm not going to like. A lot of these don't have any earnings. So nice revenue. But, also another thing is like, we see that we're growing a lot on revenue, right? Like that is a big jump, 200% a year, but we're only really starting at 2 million. So I think it has a lot of revenue right now. It doesn't have a lot of revenue, but it's growing really, really quick. But my problem is with that $430 million market cap, we're only making like, 50 million. So I think it's probably a fair price right here. I want to see the next earnings. The earnings are really, really good. If we could keep up these earnings for the next few years, we could definitely take off, but just not a lot of revenue, but the earnings do look good. So I'd maybe put a buy on it, but nothing crazy. Pokemon crypto based on Chia consensus algo. That's the trillionaire play. Really? There's a damn. That's crazy. I know like there's Logan Paul. He was doing like the whole bunch of crap. I do like Pokemon. I'm bullish on Pokemon. Sounds pretty stupid, but oh geez, we got so many people in here. Appreciate it. 54 people, probably the most we've ever had. Really appreciate everyone being here, and also a lot of subs coming in today. If you guys have any questions, anything like that, go ahead and drop them. Any charts to look at. If you guys follow my Twitter and if you actually tweet me, I think I'm gonna make a video tonight on like Wish and some of these longer growth stock plays, or some stuff you tweet me. So if you follow my Twitter and tweet me what you want to see tonight, I'll spend a lot of time doing research and then posting that. It's kind of hard in these. I don't know. We're growing pretty quick, but for now, I really want to make sure I answer the chat on everyone. So it takes a bit, and then, which is fine. I like doing it. That's like one thing I really wish, as much as I like growing on YouTube and I really want to come monetize, I really like being able to look at everyone's comments. I feel like if I grow anymore, I won't be able to, which kind of is not what I want to do, but maybe we can do some polls on my Twitter and stuff. So yeah, also all my growth stocks are on there as well. All right. Nike is also another interesting play. All right. CEI looks pretty good. All right. What about MTEX is a swing pick? MetX? Never heard of that. Maybe I have. So here's my thing. I understand where people think that like this could be a good swing, but my whole problem with this is that we were at $7 a year ago. There's no reason that this couldn't drop all the way down to, 1 penny, or become delisted soon. So if you're playing a bounce, okay, but I mean, it's gonna be hard to time that bounce, and if you get stuck, you're not gonna be able just to hold and hope that it goes up. And especially it's China play too. These China plays are interesting as well. I understand, like really, I mean, decent earnings. Like, we obviously should not ever be down here off of $1 billion revenue. Okay, so this is what's interesting. Our revenue, not much net. We don't have much net income, but we still shouldn't be down in the 30-cent range. It's just the whole China sentiment. Excuse me. If you're looking up for like China stocks that are beaten down, look at Futu and Tiger. I've already gone over these, but these are crazy. This should be a $500 stock. The earnings are amazing in Tiger. Same with these. So look at Futu and Tiger if you're interested in buying cheap China. Other than that, save the world from greed. Yeah, I've been telling people for the last week, don't buy greed. Terrible. Don't buy greed. What's up with Armo? Don't really like it. KPLT looks decent. One of the reasons I listen to you is because you can answer questions. If you get too big, you're gonna need an assistant. Yeah, for sure. I appreciate that though, Joe. We'll look at Penn and KPLT. My problem with Penn is Penn is pretty much just Barstool. I think sports betting's got a lot of good things going for it, but I'm more bullish about DraftKings. To be honest with you, Penn's decent. I know they have Dave Portnoy behind them, and they have the Barstool, which has a lot of following. So we have an 11 billion market cap, which is we can, that's not too relatively high. My whole thing is that so we have lots of revenue, like, right, we almost have $6 billion of revenue. Well, not really, because the cost of revenue, we have decent revenue. This huge jump, I want to make sure that I want to see our September earnings be good, but we have $3.5 billion of revenue, market cap's about 10 billion. I would say that Penn's undervalued. I think it has decent growth potential. I just like DraftKings better, but especially at these levels right here, this long-term support line, buying at these 75 levels is a good opportunity. So I would say, yeah, I do like it. We'll look at KPLT and then KPLT. I've talked about this. Nice. Okay. Looks like one of my. So we were talking about KPLT, right? How we had to break this resistance line. We are starting to push through here. So if we can hold this, if we can break that $6 and hold that, I say that we can maybe see a little bit more follow through. But for now, I just don't like the chart. It looks decent as a short-term play for sure. OZCC. Caesars gave me 10K free bet. That was nice. Damn. If you have 10K free bet, you should. Gosh, you must be a millionaire. I respect it. OZSC. I wish. OZSC. 10 free. I like gambling, but I'm not even 21 yet. I don't like it. Bad chart. I'm not even 21 yet, so I can't even gamble. Next month I can, though. Okay. I'm kind of a scary gambler. Whenever we go to Mexico, it's just like, I like playing blackjack. It's just like, for me, I'm such like I don't like I just don't like playing $10 hands. I don't have that much money to be playing $10 hands and be comfortable with it. It's just like, like, I just like think back to like the time where like, I'm in college, $10 is 2 meals, right? Like, I can honestly feed me for the day. So playing a whole day worth of meals on a one bet, kind of scary. I mean, I do have more than $10, but it is still scary. I do like gambling though. It's fun. It's more fun when people give you money like your grandparents to gamble though. I will. Yeah, agree. I've tried to save people from greed since it's been $50. I've been saying sell. Same with VBIG. All right. Caesars. Also, if you guys are curious, I do tweet a lot on my Twitter. I also have my favorite growth my long-term stocks right here. They've grown 160% a year in my portfolio just this year. Probably more than that too, because I've been trading a little bit. If we go to Austin Nicholas YouTube, you guys can, let me see. Okay, you should be able. Thanks for all the subs coming in too. I appreciate it. If you guys, make sure my Twitter is down here for you guys. Yeah, so you guys, my Twitter, my Streamlabs too. So, yeah, perfect. Appreciate 50 people in here. That's crazy. Very blessed to have so many people in here. Appreciate it as well. Still crazy that I have this many followers, or not followers, but just people in here. Didn't think I was that interesting to watch. I honestly wouldn't watch myself, but. If you guys got any other ticker, any questions, any things like that, let me know. We can go over. I know we're going to talk about playing EAR later today. EAR looks like it's starting to curl up. We'll put on EAR just to look for a good entry possibly. We're going to make sure we go to the 1 minute. Oh, thanks, Michael. So yeah, EAR, we're definitely looking good right now. We're starting to get some looking okay on EAR. The $7 is going to be big, but as long as we can start making some higher lows, maybe consolidate a bit, it'll offer a good entry. I want to see a flag or something for him first. Thank you, Alexander, for the sub. I appreciate it. I would love to hit 400 today. That would be amazing. It's honestly amazing that I even have 100 subs. I mean, it's crazy. I don't really Yeah, I remember like 2 weeks ago we were at like 20 subs. I was putting out videos and just nothing. So like going live is definitely pretty interesting. I also it's nice to get some other tickers to look at and other people's perspectives, because I feel like with investing, the more people you talk to, a lot of people have um, different views. Like for example, my uncle likes 3D printing. I don't know much about it, but hearing his thoughts on 3D printing, I'm like, yeah, maybe I am bullish on this. Maybe it could have a future. But then you hear from other people, and you can get a better ideas, because getting different viewpoints is definitely a thing. Because like, for example, I'm really really bullish on APPS, but I would love to hear a viewpoint on why someone isn't if they weren't. It's just good to have that counter fact against you, because it's easy to get in the sentiment that you're bullish about a stock. You start caring so much that when it starts going down and the revenue starts going down, it's hard for you to accept that you need to sell. Okay. Vissel. Okay, we'll look at some of these. I'll try to get to all of them. I don't have time to do in quick. FCell. I actually liked FCell. FCell looks good. We broke this long-term resistance line. Anywhere with a stop of 594 looks like a decent buy for a higher move up. I do like the move look from that. Vissel, I'll look at Vissel. Vissel's the Visselink, right? Crazy falling wedge. So until we can break this falling wedge, I wouldn't buy. So as soon as we break this line, though, we could get explosive. So I would not buy on a down. You never buy on a downtrend. AIHS, we can look at that. AIHS. We did same thing with here. We broke out of this resistance. I'd have to look at here. We did break out of this resistance line, which is good. AIH. It's just like I'm just gonna do some quick. If this chart's interesting, I'll go. So we have a 42 million market cap. Our revenue is about 6 million. Growth is not great. I would want to see a better follow through in September, but yeah, not really great growth on here, honestly. And it's a China stock too, which makes me not want to play it unless it has really really good upside. So probably not. IQST, we can take a look. IQST, same thing here. We'd have to look at. We are, like I said, we possibly could be looking for a move up. All these plays you guys are giving me are just falling wedges, so it's really hard to time that. I'm gonna talk. So IQST, really good revenue. That's interesting. Super good revenue. Wonder what our cost of revenue is. The problem is our cost of revenue is really high. But we have the revenue growth, but we're not really in a net profit. So we'd want to see that the cost of revenue is really high, and want to see that go down. But it looks okay. CI breaks $6.6. I'm selling it, breaking even. I'm over this garbage of a stock. We'll talk about that. MTTR. The problem, MTTR. Yeah, so we actually talked about this. We're actually filling this perfectly. I made this back here, in 9 a couple weeks ago. Looks really good. I know the earnings were really good. We're making this cup and handle as well. So if we can, I would love to see a handle right here and then a break at 28. But yeah, looks really bullish. Check out Sava. Sava's good. I think it's a good swing. I know that at this 50 level, it becomes kind of a buying opportunity. Sava looks really good. We have this really big bullish engulfing candle. I think that we have a lot of upside. If we can break 62, we have a big gap to fill up. I like Sava long term as well. If we go to Sava stock, we can just, I know they have a not too big of a market cap. Yes, I like Sava long term. So yeah, 2 billion market cap, and if we go to our earnings, no earnings, but I like that their pipelines and stuff like that. It is hard. They have 11 employees, but I mean, for a shorter term swing, I think so. But for a longer term play, I'd probably have to say no on that. CEI, I don't think there's a problem. I think CEI, we really broke out of this bull flag that we've been working on. We should see some upside in the following days. MACD, I'd probably convince you not to sell it. MACD, if we look on MACD, it's starting to curl up on every time frame, which means it's turning bullish. If we look on the 1 minute, that 1 hour, it's turned bullish. We're starting to curl up, turn bullish here.
Thing is we had this big run up to 30 cents to $1.50. Whenever something does that, the moving averages take a while to catch up. So for this to consolidate this long is really, really good. This graph looks really intact. I think we're going to see our next leg up sooner than later. I'm not sure when. But yeah, it looks really good. Is adder tightening them up? Yeah, you're welcome. I would definitely hold that. So yeah, I mean, SAP is not the best. I don't like adder tightening up. I mean, like I said, just the basis on this is we want to see a stock have higher lows. So we have a higher low, higher low. On this, we have a higher low, higher low. So we just want to make sure that it stays intact. If this breaks $9, it's not going to be intact anymore. It's really overextend from $3. I really don't like to play too much, but I mean, if you are going to risk it, if you like it, I mean, I would personally, I'd risk off no more than 10, but even that's a big loss. Yeah, you're welcome, Joe. Thank you, Bellman, for the sub. Appreciate it. Yeah, and that's like it's really hard because for a lot of these stocks you're giving me, you know, they were up a lot. They're geez, you guys are killing on the subs. I appreciate it. The thing is that like I wanted to just show you guys, for example, a falling wedge is always gonna stay until it breaks. So the best example I'm gonna give is gonna be, is it F cell? Maybe yeah, it is. So if we look at this falling wedge for all of this time, so for the last 6 months, we finally broke this falling wedge. But for the last 1 to 5 months, you would have kept losing money buying the dip. So you want to make sure the trend changes. That's when you buy. And it takes a while to learn, but you got to wait for that trend to change before you buy. Or like even with like a stock, like I know people were like, oh my gosh, BABA at 200 is such a good buy. But you know, it's still in this downward trend until we start trending back up. You know, we could keep falling all the way down. That's my thing. SPY looks good. I can't believe SPY's up this much. It's crazy. We're even grinding higher. Quite crazy. I think we're going to stay live most of the day as well, probably till market. We're, like I said, we're pulling a lot of views. A lot of people are in here, a lot of subs, a lot of great questions. So, not that that's what I do it for, but. And then EAR. Oh, we need to look at EAR as well. EAR's starting to trend. I wanted to see a pullback before. I don't really want to trade today, but man, that's a really, really good. I'm actually going to take some EAR, I think. RSI really, really reset a lot from the 7-1. As long as we see this higher low start to form, if I'm actually going to buy a couple hundred shares is just a risk right here. So I'm going to load this up. Give me a second. So I'm trading on my E-Trade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it loaded for now. All right. I'm going to buy 300 shares at a market order. I'm going to wait 1 second. So the first thing I do when I'm going to enter a day trade is I say, well, where is my risk off? And this is the last low that we made. So my next risk off would be 682. So I'm going to go ahead and put a market order in. RSI looks good. MACD is curling back up. So we're going to put that market order in. I'll tell you what we get filled at. Okay. Put it in. We get filled at 693 for 300. So this is here. And hopefully I can show you guys how I scale out and raise my stop limit. But I'm going to make sure, I mean, an honestly better stop would probably be around this. We really want this to hold, but I think a stop at 675 would be okay. So I'm going to put a stop loss of 675 to protect myself. I'm only going to lose 20 cents on 300 shares is like $60, but I have a definitely potential of making a lot here. So put that in. We're going to let that sit. Looks decent. I'm going to read some questions. I almost bought SPY puts yesterday. Glad I didn't. Yeah, it's hard sometimes with the SPY puts. Definitely hard. Sometimes they're very tempting. I know. Nice. So we're going to let that play out. We're going to play our stop super, super tight because, like I said, this is a very volatile play. It could kind of do whatever it wants. Okay. I would say WIMI, no. Still the same thing. Not a great chart. Not intact. CEI looks good, though. Let's go to this 1 minute. Looks good. All right. Thoughts on Ride, please. No, you can look at Ride. I think it's going to be the same thesis that there's not any. Ride looks really, really good today, but if we look at the 1 year, I mean, it had a good day. We're starting to make some, like I said, we're starting to make some higher. We're starting to make some higher lows, which is really, really good to see. Now my problem is again, and I know I always talk about this, but just for me, it's the earnings that are the problem. So we have a $1.3 billion market cap, and our revenue is zero. So we're pretty much no revenue. Our cash on hand is running out really, really quick. We're going to be out in 2 quarters. We're going to have to do another offering. So I would say I'd put a strong sell on that. Not too bullish. And like I said, I'm not going to tell you guys something that's not true. So that's my thoughts on that. We'll see what EAR does here. I think we have a going into power hour here at about 11 lunch. We could see some. I want to see some more volume come in. But yeah, we do have the potential of moving higher. A little bit below our average right now, but I'm willing to risk off a couple cents just to see if we can't get the big move captured. Nice consolidation too. Should be okay. We'll see. DATS looks nice. That swing is doing really, really good as well. So I like that. Yeah, Ride had a nice breakout candle today. It looks like it's. I mean, we've been down. We're going to start to get some more momentum, but long term, I would say no. Nice on EAR. Hoping that this can give us some lunch money. I think in the power hour, like I said around 11 o'clock on these big dip plays, we start to curl up. So yeah, if we could start getting some more volume and some more attention on EAR, we could definitely see a bigger. We could see a run today. So and here, would love to see a new high so we can at least scale some out and make it a winning trade. We'll have to see what happens. All the subs coming in, it's crazy. Again, I know I have to keep saying it, but appreciate it. Yeah, Palantir's been killing. It has been on an absolute tear lately. Love to see it. If you guys want to look at if you guys have any questions, if you want me to pull up another stock on the other screen to look at, just let me know. Can do whatever. I don't really like that candle. 7-cent drop on EAR. Interesting. Finally got a lot of volume. Was just in the wrong way. If you are playing this, just make sure you have a stop at the 675 level. You won't end up losing too much. Just a good risk reward right here. That's why I played it. But if you don't put a stop on, then the whole risk reward kind of goes out the window. So important to note. Want some more volume in a power hour. That's why I said hopefully we can hold this stop above 675 in a power hour. Start seeing some movement. Would be nice. How often are you planning on live trading on here daily? I trade 15 minutes before every market. I'm here every day. Mondays and Wednesdays, I don't. Thank you, Aldrich, for the sub. I don't stream much Mondays and Wednesdays because of school. Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, I do as well. SFT, long term, sure. I'll be on all day tomorrow. I don't know when I'm going to leave today. Definitely want to have lunch. I haven't even drinking any water today, so. Long term, I can already tell you no. Not a good graph. Earnings are kind of probably going to be bad. So no on that, and then job V. We'll talk about ETFs. Depends which ones. We'll do a quick lesson as well. Job Y, I would say no. How do I feel about ETFs? ETFs are amazing. Index funds are amazing. Let's go to compound interest calculator. The QQQ makes on average about 16% a year. I'm not talking SPY 2, but so let's put in, we start with $5,000, our monthly contribution, let's put $200 in, put it in for 30 years, and QQQ interest rate, it's 15%, we'll do 14 just to be modest, even I think it's 18%. That's going to give us $1 million. If we put it at the rate it actually is at 18%, just off of the QQQ, you'll have 2.6 million in 30 years. You add this number to something modest, you add $500. So, I mean, you can be a millionaire just off of ETFs. So, really cool, especially if you start looking at stuff like Kathy Woods. Her ETFs are really, really strong. She actually actively manages them. So her funds are up like 30% year over year. So if you can make 30% a year for the next 20 years, you'll be a millionaire. So yes, it says it's easy to become a millionaire off of ETFs if you buy consistently and you just hold. What do you think about Fridays? I know Fridays are slow, but can something like CI can move 15% any day? Thanks for all the info you've been giving out. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, I mean CI can move anytime. It's a low float. It's been coiling for a while. It could move any minute, honestly. Yeah, it can move whenever. Hopefully, EAR does something interesting. But yeah, CI can definitely move anytime. It can move to the downside too, but we had a super big run up, so I'm hoping that yeah, like I said, we've been consolidating really nice. So I'm not worried at all. And I also I'm at like my average is like at 90 cents, 0.918, I believe. So it's easy not to be worried about a stock when you have a really good average. I guess what I would say. This is what I'm gonna do though. I'm gonna we'll stream for a little bit longer. Yeah. All right, great. You should use the 30-year rate, not the recent rate. We'll look for a second. Wow, look at all these subs. Super appreciate it. I don't know why those all just came in at once, but Aldrich, Josh, Roger, Ace, Gabriel, Omok, Pro, really appreciate it. What was the link to the calculator you just used? Just go to compound interest calculator. Thoughts on BBIG? I think it's over. I mean, like, if we're like, okay, let's just talk. I mean, it doesn't matter if you get a compass calculator. So yes, and this is the thing. I'm just saying, like, it's easy. Let's just start with $5,000, and I think that as a grown adult, you should be able to add 500. You should at least try. Let's just put 30. Let's just put 30 years, and we're gonna put 9.6% as the SPY. Now what I'm saying is, over a long time, this is gonna do well, right? We're gonna have almost $1 million just off of the S&P 500. My whole thing is that there's different instruments on the market. You should be able to make about 18% a year. Kathy Wood's ARK makes over 20% a year. So if you put it in something like, or Berkshire makes 19% a year. So there's different ETFs. Like if you made 20% a year, you would be super rich at the end of your lifetime. Good morning. How's it going? We're doing good, Cody. How are you? You just look at different returns, like the QQQ returns a lot. If you actively manage your portfolio with hyper growth stocks like I showed you guys, you should have no problem making 30% a year, right? So I'm just saying, even in ETFs, you can make a lot of money. The thing is, you just have to be consistent on doing so. So that's what I'm saying. Like even Apple, I think has been 30% up or 40% up for the last 10 years. You just have to make sure that you're getting quality stocks or buying good ETFs, and you can be rich. So that's what I'll say about that. And yeah, I mean, for the average guy, 10% is going to be good, but for someone, for me personally, like I make 80% or 30% or whatever, how much that on my growth portfolio last year I made 160%. 1 second. So what I'm saying is, like, if you're just consistent, you'll be fine. You'll be able to retire. Even like stocks like Square, stuff like those are obviously going to go up 20%. In my opinion, year over year. So I don't know. Just have a good long-term overall portfolio. Maybe some Apple, some hyper growth stocks, maybe some index funds. As long as you just kind of you buying good stuff for you add money every month. If you're just looking for the basic how to retire, you'll be able to retire just fine. DATS is ripping. I don't even look. We have DATS in here. Holy wow. Okay. DATS is gonna start paying me. Remember I said this big pivot point at 889? We passed that. Now DATS is paying me right now. Let's go. DATS, CEI, and Wish are all three are paying me right now on these swings. If you guys were here, we've all talked about getting DATS buying in these $8 range, and Wish about $6 we started buying. How do you like using M1? I'm liking to get in that one. I like M1 because you can automatically, it moves money over every month, and you can also select what percent you want to go in. It just makes it a lot easier for if you're just trying to add, an IRA and just have it invest without even thinking. Really, really cool. Yeah, DATS looks really, really good. All of these swings that we're in are starting to pay off. I know I'm in a lot of DATS. I might potentially scale some shares up at here. It might be a decent idea because I am in a lot. We'll just have to see. And then I still am in EAR. I still am day trading EAR right now. So I'm going to put that. I still have a day trade on EAR set up. I haven't looked at it. Let's see what we're doing right here. Okay, nice. So we're starting to curl back up. We have an average of 300 shares at about 693. So I thought it was 688. I'm going to look again. No, 693. So we'll see. We're right at our break even. So hopefully that can pay us off. You're missing DATS, buddy. Yeah, I just saw that. DATS looks really, really good. Thanks, John, for the follow. Yeah, DATS looks super good. And like I said, I'm swinging that, so looking really good on that. Yeah, Fisker's starting to pop off. Interesting. Super, super good out of both of these. I'm hoping that, like I said, EAR is just going to be a day trade, but I'm hoping that something exciting will happen. Like I said, into this power hour volume, I think that we could see some crazy moves off of EAR. So I'm just kind of hovering around my break even right now. We are consolidating a bit. Got to stop at 675, so we'll just have to see. But yeah, DATS, we're starting to dip back down. A lot of these big pops I've noticed on, same thing with BBIG, but these big pops on DATS get sold off really easy. So if you're managing your core portfolio, so if you have 1,000 shares, maybe on these big pops, sell some and try to buy lower. Don't sell everything, but play around your core portfolio with some stocks like this, because we're at 935. We already dipped 3%. Some stocks are just really bad at holding their gains. There's a lot of profit takers. But yeah, that's super, super good. Wonder if we got some news or anything like that. But yeah, looks really good. Appreciate all the subs coming through as well. We're at 397, almost 3 off of 400. I'd really appreciate that. DATS warrants are a better buy. They move a lot faster. DATS move. I agree with you. Warrants do move faster. AMC for life. My AMC. CRVS. Yeah, warrants do move faster. That is a fact. I just play equities though. So CRVS, in my opinion, the trend is over. I really wanted to see us hold this. Not too much. If we have, it's the trend is still intact a bit. I really wanted us to, hold this 675 level. So this is a big moment coming up for CRVS. AMC, I'm not an AMC bull. I'm not going to lie to you, but if that's your thing, good for you. I hope you win. I really do. Man, so many subs today. I appreciate it. I do think I am going to go here shortly. Maybe I'll give it another 20, 30 minutes. I don't know. I'm not drinking any liquids today or eating. I hate to go when we have so many people watching. But, I'm live every day. So, like a lot of you guys, I'm live every day. So, we go over. And if you guys do tweet me, if you do have actual companies, please don't tweet me penny stocks, but if you have decent companies that you actually want me to look over in depth, I think I'm going to make an in-depth video. So let me know, and we can definitely look. I'll look over those on Twitter. So yeah, I do have my Twitter in the link in bio as well, so just let me know what you guys want to see, or if there's any, I know people have been talking about, they want me to do support and options. I can do that. We're probably using, can you buy and sell within it? Yeah, of course you can. I don't have any, I have $1 in this account. I don't trade with this account. I don't like its margin rates and etc. But yeah, if you trade right here, if you had a trade, you can literally buy right here. You buy, and then your profit and loss is right here. You can sell right here. So yeah, I don't like for me. I just always have my account through E-Trade. I use this through charting. I do want to move some over my account so I can actually live trade and show you guys my profit and loss. But yeah, super super. I love Thinkorswim. You know, you have so many different instruments. There's so much to be had in here. I mean, if you, I don't even use half the stuff that's available to my use. Not even probably 10%. But yeah, really really nice chart. It's free. You just have to open up an account with them. I guess it's free. It's good charting. They have really good customer support too. So yeah, it's really nice. You can get really in depth in here too. There's a lot of stuff to look at. I'm very basic when it comes to technical analysis. It's usually a chart. Maybe we'll use RSI. Maybe we'll slap on some support and resistance lines. But other than that, I know people are really big into their EMAs and their VWAPs and all that stuff, and that's great if you are. But I'm just not. So yeah. EAR looks okay. I think we got filled at 388. I don't know. We're about break even on EAR. Where it looks like we're consolidating nice. If we really do look at this though, we do have I don't know if that's really anything, but we do have a nice uptrend right here. Nice support line. So maybe we'll fill that. Maybe we'll fill. Except I'd really think it'd be something like this probably. Maybe we're getting ready to break out here soon. We'll see. Yeah, if you guys do like the content, I mean, I'm live every day. If you guys want to sub, I'd appreciate it. I'd love to hit 400 today. That would be sweet. Hitting maybe even 500 tomorrow. We'll see. Yeah, hopefully we can make some money on EAR. That'd be pretty sweet. Thanks. Yeah, you're very welcome. No worries. Let's look at Wish too, or no, let's look at DATS because DATS was popping. Yeah, we just totally sold off from this dip. It's kind of annoying. But I mean, no, we're 862. Still a really really big run up. Nice candle coming in from EAR. Looks like we're getting ready to break out. So, if you guys took this trade with me, congrats. If we do end up breaking out, looks like we're trying to really hard. If we can hold this 695 level, breakout confirmed. So yeah, it looks pretty good. So yeah, just a recap. I think I am going to. One second. Going to be heading out here soon, but yeah, we are. The CEI swing is doing good. Our DATS swing really started to pop off today. Our Wish stock swing did really good today, and it looks like we're possibly working on this next leg up of EAR on our day trade. So yeah, pretty good day today. We'll see if EAR holds, but yeah, pretty good, I would say. Then yeah, we are. And then people ask, yeah, I am live like 15 minutes before the market every day. Mondays and Wednesdays, I'm really only live for about an hour and a half because I have school. But they say about an hour and a half. Man, we almost broke out on EAR. It's really close. But on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, I stream all day. Usually I'd stream until 2, but today I'm gonna go get some lunch. I'm gonna drink some things. But yeah, trying hard to break out over there. Dat Chat engages IZEO worldwide for online dating. Yep. I think that was yesterday's news. Thank you, Johnny, for the subscribe. But yeah, looks super, super good. There's no lie about that. All right, this is what I'm going to do. I am going to answer about 5 more minutes of questions before I head off here. So if you guys got any last minute questions, let me know. Is there a rule against you showing your filling and selling orders? I just noticed all live streamers never. Yeah, you're not technically supposed to show. I'll tell you guys where I fill. And then you're also, yeah, you're not technically supposed to. That's why I do trade on there. I can post it on Twitter, but I will tell you exactly where I buy. I will tell you exactly where my stop loss is and exactly where I sell. I'm very transparent. I mean, I've lost on the stream. You know, we've done really good with winning, but if I lose, I mean, I'll be straight up. There's no shame in my game. But yeah, you can't really show, and then also I don't really want people to know either. It's kind of like, you know I have some family members that watch me and stuff like that. I'd rather them not know. I mean, I kind of am telling you how many shares I'm buying, but yeah, I don't know. And also, a lot of the live streamers actually aren't going to be trading. They're just going to say they did. So there's this whole thing, but a lot of these traders just don't. It's kind of for show, or they're selling out really quick. They're selling into your buys. So that could be another reason they're not showing. There could be a couple ways, but also a lot of these live streamers are kind of sketchy. Also, they don't know what they're talking about. Have a great day, brother. Be safe. Take your vitamins, magnesium, zinc, D, to help your body. Yeah, I haven't taken some magnesium. Yeah, I mean, I'm starting to feel better. Yeah, it's definitely some cold coming out. I don't know what. I'm gonna play some Rocket League. I'm gonna play some Rocket League. Like, who is this? Like, I don't want to join your chatting group. Like, no one cares. I'm sorry. Yeah, any last questions? Thanks. You have a good one, JC. And actually, JC, I meant to do this. I was looking for people that have been here since like my day one. Not that it's that big of a deal, but let me see. I was going to do this. Thanks for your time. Take care. Thank you, Rudy. Appreciate it. There we go. Now you you're a moderator. A few more questions I'm going to answer. If not, we're not going to do it to anything. I guess we'll just go do a review. CEI DATS, and CEI DATS and Wish were swinging. Wish and DATS did really good today. I still am day trading EAR. I have my stop loss set at 675, so I won't lose much if we do hit that. I still think we have some upside. I did talk about some really good growth stocks today. We did talk about FUTU, FUTU, APPS, all my favorite ones, XP. Also, my Twitter is there too if you want to follow me. Good stream. Thanks for sharing. Yes, you're welcome, Caleb. I should be live tomorrow. Is my day I have off, so we will be live tomorrow, 15 minutes before market. So you guys just turn on notifications too. All right. I'm going to end it here. I'll stay in chat a bit so I can answer your guys' questions because I know there's a little bit of a lag on here. But yeah, if you guys enjoy the show, please don't mind. If you guys don't mind subbing, I'll be here tomorrow. Twitter too. So I hope you guys